This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline dreams, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families, the drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Build not borrowed, that's the creed written deep in our veins. We turn busted cars into legends and rust into fame. From late night garage grind to race day stadium roars, every scar on our knuckles unlocked 1,000 doors. We don't back down, we don't break, we don't fold. Every ride we build tells a story worth gold. This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline trains, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families, the drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Here's to the nights when the world said slow down, but the engine said no when we stood our ground. To the ones who grew up rich and when the rest took the easy way, we found our path in the piston noise and we'll ride it every day. Pedal to the metal, this is where we belong. Cars, trucks, monster trucks, loud and strong. Passion, pride, lug nuts, side by side. If you love what you drive, then ride, ride, ride. This is for the legends that started in dusty garages, for the kids who chase dreams through the scars and collages, for the racers who gave everything without fail, and the fans who stand proud when the engines wail. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, this ain't a phase. It's our passion, our culture, and we'll live it to the grave. Pedal to the metal, forever in our veins. So look out, we're only getting louder from here. Nothing built strong was ever built out of fear. The road is wide open and the fire won't slow, because this isn't a hobby, this is the only life we know. Pedal down, heads high, we're not done. Pedal down, heads high, pedal down. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. You're listening to Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music, the show where horsepower, stories, and great music come together. From beautiful collector classics, to fire-breathing race cars, to the ground-shaking thunder of monster trucks. This is where the world of motors meets the power of music. So strap in tight, fire up, and grab your favorite cold drink, because a ride is about to begin. And now, here's your host, Roller.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? How you doing? Hey. What's going on out there? What are you doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, better believe it. Look at there. Winking, blinking, and nod. What's up, beer garden rowdies? How you guys doing tonight? Mezzanine in the house! What's up, Mezzanine? Good to see you guys up there. How's my main crew? You guys doing good? All right, man. All right. You know, guys, let's just bring it down. We got a lot to cover tonight, man. This is kind of just an unexpected show, you know. But this is the last one of the Night Owls tonight, and it's going to be a fun one, man. I really think that this is probably going to get off the hook. I mean, off the chain, okay? I mean, so what we're going to do is we're just going to throw all the rules out of the house, you know? And if Johnny Carson, the king of late nights, could smoke on his show, Roller can smoke on his show. That's all there is to it, see? That's all there is to it. And that's all there is to it, you know? We're going to just have fun. We're going to just relax. We're going to enjoy it. Kenny Paradise is in the house. Kenny, I am having an R&R in your honor, sir. And we are just going to have fun tonight, man. This Becker guy, it's going to be, you know, if you get offended, you might not want to watch it. I don't know. It could get off the chain. It really could, you know. And then, of course, we got all the crazies in here. You know, we got Robert Haas in here. We got my cousin Deb. We got Texas Rich in here. Carter's in here. Who knows what this show could do? I mean, who knows exactly what this show could do? I mean, it could just completely go full goose bozo. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. I don't know. You know, Mr. Becker, he's a loose cannon. That boy's a loose cannon, man. I'm telling you. But no, we got the candy cigarettes in and the candy gum cigarettes in, guys, and so all of us at the Night Owls are going to have a pack in our sleeve rolled up and stuff. But I thought I'd bring my pack down here and just look like I'm cool. I think if I was to smoke a real cigarette, I'd probably choke to death and die. Really, to be honest with you. But hey, like I said, this is the last night of the Night Owls car show Fiesta Fun Run, and Mr. Becker's going to be on. I'm acting like I'm coughing because I'm smoking. Hello, Johnny Blender. What's up, my brother? Johnny Blender, world famous Johnny Blender in the house, guys. The U.S. Radio Edge is in the house right now, man. If you guys get a chance, make sure you tune in and listen to this man. He's got a great show, and I'm hoping that me and him can get together and we can kind of not, you know, I want to be on his show and I want him on my show. And we're going to talk a little bit about everything, man, because he's going to have some interesting stories. And I've got a couple. I mean, I do got a couple. And Johnny, he smokes a cigar. And I happen to like real cigars, man. So maybe I'll have to have a cigar with Johnny while we're on the show. But anyway, tonight it's gum cigarettes. You know what I mean? James Kroger, what's up, my brother? I'm glad you're in here tonight. Now, on Sunday the 12th, we got Dave and Mason Rife. It's a father and son monster truck team. Dave Rife and Mason, they're friends, they're family. Their boys used to wrestle, and then my boys used to wrestle. Not together because Dave lives way up north, and we live here in Colorado. But Dave bought my boys' wrestling mats so his boys could use them. And this is gonna be a good show with them on it. They are, like I said, these guys are family, but they're father and son trucking all over the country right now and putting on monster truck spectaculars, and man, it's going to be awesome to see them. So this is going to be a good one right there, man. This is definitely going to be a good one. But tonight, like I said, this could go off. This could go off. I mean, this could break FCC rules. Johnny Blender, I need to ask you a question. Is FCC rules, do they do we have to follow him here on the podcast world, or because we know the producer, we can just run amok? Answer that question for me, Johnny, if you would, please. I would appreciate it, because I just want to know how far, because I don't have a beep, 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 kind of a button. And there could be some words. There just could be some words, But Johnny's going to have to get back here and announce, let's see here. Hell no, it's freestyle, baby. That's what I thought, man. That's what I thought. Who cares? You know what, though? Like I said, I know the producer, man. I know the producer. He's a good guy, he is. He's got a crazy cousin, man. I don't know if y'all seen his cousin today. His cousin come in and helped me out and did a little promoting of the show tonight, and that boy's not right, man. I got to get him a dentist. I really, really do. He's got to get a dentist for sure. But anyway, you know what? Let's pay some bills right fast, and then we'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
You're listening to Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music, where the engines are loud and the music hits just as hard. Classic cars, hot rods, monster trucks, and the stories behind the builds, mixed with the music that fuels the ride. From the show field to the arena floor, we bring you the horsepower and the center to match. Stick around, we got more coming your way. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hey, cool cats and chrome lovers! Get ready for horsepower, hot rods, and summer fun at the Night Owl Hot Rods Fiesta Fun Run! Cruise on out Saturday, July 11th, 2026, from 3 in the afternoon until 8 at night at Sheridan Community Park, 3325 West Oxford Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. Check out classic rides, custom builds, amazing food trucks, and that sweet sound of engines rolling through a summer evening. Music all night long from Southern Colorado's legendary DJ Buzz Corona. And don't miss the live auction, featuring automotive memorabilia, collectibles, and surprises every car lover's gonna want. Bring your friends, bring the family, and enjoy one incredible night of cars, music, food, and fun. Stay in the loop. Follow Night Owl Hot Rods on Facebook. The Night Owl Hot Rods Fiesta Fun Run, where the classics roll and the good times never stall.
Looking for artwork that stands out from the crowd? Whether you're building a brand, promoting your business, or creating something truly one of a kind, Digitized Ink Co. brings your ideas to life with professional digital artwork and custom design services. From logos and graphics to custom illustrations and creative designs that leave a lasting impression, Digitized Ink Co. combines today's technology with traditional artistic values to give every project the attention it deserves. Need a fresh new look for your business, club, team, or special event? Let Digitized Ink Co. create something you'll be proud to show off. Call today at 435-650-7657. Visit digitizedinkco.com or email digitizedinkco@gmail.com. Digitized Ink Co. Cutting edge design. Tready.
Attention hot rodders, custom builders, truck fans, and motorcycle riders! Get ready for the White Buffalo Car Show coming to downtown Snyder, Texas on Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Cruise into the heart of Snyder and enjoy a full day packed with classic cars, custom trucks, motorcycles, live music, great food, vendors, shopping around the square, and fun for the whole family.
With 25 classes, awards, and even a furthest traveled award, there's something for every kind of ride. Registration is just $20, and all proceeds stay local to support area charities and community programs. And don't miss your chance to meet Texas rich with C10 America during this huge downtown celebration. Plus, cruise into the Friday night meet and greet on October 2nd before the band starts rocking. So polish up that chrome, shine those wheels, and head to the White Buffalo Car Show in downtown Snyder, Texas! The White Buffalo Car Show, where horsepower, hometown pride, and Texas tradition come together.
And now, we return to pedal to the metal. Motors and music. With your host, Roller.
Hey, we're back. We're back. That's right. Hey, guys, this Saturday, we'll be over at the Night Owls Fiesta Fun Run. That's located at 3325 West Oxford Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. It's at the Sheridan Community Park. The show starts at 3 p.m., runs till 8 p.m. Gates open at 11, so I suggest that you guys get there early if you're going to bring your hot rods in, and because they're expecting about 400 to 450 cars. And that's a lot of cars to park, and it's going to be just a really cool event, man. We're going to be doing some hello, Dylan, out there. How you doing, man? That's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're going to be there, Dylan. But you know, I think it's just going to be awesome because we're going to be there in our booth. We're going to be able to do live videos in case you guys want to talk about your hot rods, and you'll be on pedal to the metal, motors and music, man. So we're going to have that there. And then Mark Lund and myself, we're going to be the auctioneers for the auction. And it's going to be, I think there's like 30 items to auction off. And there's some cool stuff, man. And I seen the shirt come out today, this year's shirt, and it's Roadie's Merc on the shirt, man. And it's so cool. I definitely got to get one of those shirts, man, and all that. So just make sure if your guys are in the even close at all, come on out. Once again, the location is 3325 West Oxford Avenue, Sheridan, Colorado. It's the Sheridan Community Park. The show starts at 3 p.m., and it's over by 8 p.m. Gates open 11 to park. Just make sure you show, man. Make sure you show. If you want to see some cool stuff, there's going to be a little bit of everything there, man. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of everything. So make sure you show up and attend and just help contribute to such a... And they're going to have all kinds of things to do. It's fun for the whole family. I mean, they're going to have face painting for the kids. They got food trucks. They got... Kona Ice is going to be there. There's just all kinds of stuff. And you know what? The thing is, as the day gets hotter, and it's supposed to be like in the almost 100, it'll probably be 100. It'll probably break a record. But they drive around and they just give bottled water away to people, man, just to keep everybody hydrated. They want to see anybody get, sick or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. It's really a pretty cool place. So me and my brother from another mother, Texas Rich, we were talking here a few days ago, and he goes, Roller, you ain't never made any of those surf songs about C10 trucks or just surf songs, period. And I said, man, I really haven't. So we started talking, and all of a sudden we started coming up with ideas and names of songs and different things like that. Well, I started writing them down, and, man, we come up with some songs, and I've been kind of doing that, and I did some of that today, and I got yelled at a little bit because today was supposed to be Mrs. Roller's. And Kevin Dickey, thank you so much for saying happy birthday to her, man. Her birthday's not really till the 11th, but I will pass that on, though. But anyway, so we go up to Woodland Park today in Colorado, and I'm going to take her antique shopping, and we're going to have lunch at some place, and then we're going to go, and on the way back home, we're going to stop at Whataburger and have a Whataburger. It's just kind of our day. Well, It didn't work out that way, man. We get up there, the antique stores were closed. The restaurants didn't really look that good. I was so bummed. I was just so bummed that I couldn't do the day that I promised I'd do for her. And so we did stop at Whataburger and we ate on the way home. And anyway, we had a good day. At least we spent some time together and stuff like that. But I did get asked not to work on any music while we were sitting there eating. So that's me. I'll just kind of do whatever I got to do. So yeah, 229 songs on there. You better believe it. That's right, Debbie. So this one here is called Surfer Blues. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
It's been so long since I caught a tune. I ain't got no money to make that old C10 move. She's sitting in the driveway, covered up in dust, empty tank of gas and a little bit of rust. Lost my job down at the end of June. Now I'm staring out the window, dreaming about the blue. Everybody tells me I should leave those waves behind, but sand and salt water are always on my mind. I got those surfer blues, yeah, those surfer blues. No gas in my Chevy, holes in my shoes. My longboard's ready, but I'm stuck here today, while the ocean keeps calling from miles away. I wanna hang 10, shoot the curl again, feel that sunshine and that ocean wind. Someday soon I'll be paying my dues, but right now I got those surfer blues. My baggies all faded from the summers gone by. Still got that surf wax from a better time. Me and my buddies used to chase the dawn in that old Chevy truck with the radio on. Cruising down the highway with boards in the back, Beach Boys playing on an 8-track. Longboard shining underneath that sun, man, being a beach bum sure was fun. But I got those surfer blues, yeah, those surfer blues. No gas in my Chevy, holes in my shoes. My longboard's ready, but I'm stuck here today, while the ocean keeps calling from miles away. I wanna hang 10, shoot the curl again, feel that sunshine and that ocean wind. Someday soon I'll be paying my dues, but right now I got those surfer blues. One day I'll fire up that old C10, load my board and hit the coast again. Find that wave where my worries disappear, and leave these hard times sitting right here. No more surfer blues, no more surfer blues. Got gas in my Chevy and a brand new view, rolling to the beach like the old days again, with my longboard riding in the back of my C10. I'll hang 10, shoot the curl, live free, just the ways my truck and the MC. I paid my dues, now I'm back with my crew, saying goodbye to those surfer blues. Surf's up! Grab your longboards, boys. We're headed down to the I fired up my 55 Chevy wagon just before sunrise. Four best friends chasing waves under California
waves play. We're gonna hang 10, gonna shoot the curl for beach boys living in a saltwater world. Wax on our sticks and the sun shines free. Nothing but waves and my buddies with me. Every summer day feels like a dream on a surfing safari by the sea. Walking the board as the waves rolled in, trying to hang 5 and hang 10 again. Riding the nose while the girls watch the show. Those beach bunnies cheering from the sand below. One buddy wiped out on a monster ride, came back laughing with a big old smile. Said that wave was boss, but it sure got me. Just another story from the deep blue sea. Surf's up, everybody, it's a perfect day. Longboards rolling where the big waves play. We're gonna hang 10, gonna shoot the curl for beach boys living in a saltwater world. Wax on our sticks and the sun shines free. Nothing but waves and my buddies with me. Every summer day feels like a dream on our surfing safari by the sea. Oh, it rolled up, just talking real loud, trying to act cool with the surfing crowd. We said, grab a board, come paddle outside, 'cause everyone's welcome when the waves are right. The buddy cruised by with the radio on, playing that beach party rock and roll song. Sun going down, but we're not done yet. That summer feeling you never forget. Surf's up, everybody, let's ride one more. Feel that ocean thunder roar. Hang 10, shoot the curl, wild and free. Living that California beach boy dream. With our baggies on and our longboards too. The 55 wagon shining ocean blue. 4 best friends where we'll always be on our surfing safari by the sea. Catch you at dawn patrol, boys. Keep those boards waxed up, 'cause tomorrow we're gonna do it all again.
That's right, baby. Right here on KDW Radio Talk 95. Up next is the great late Buddy Holly. Anyway, guys, I'm just loving that old surf stuff. Good job, Rich. Thanks for coming up with that idea, man. It's really kind of a fun kind of era. I mean, you know, it really is. And Debbie, I think I'm smoking enough that I'm getting that deep voice. I'm getting that Wolfman Jack voice. You know what I mean? I think it's working, baby. That's right. Anyway, if I drink more whiskey, and maybe I got to go like Johnny Blender and smoke some cigars, you know, and maybe cigars and smoke a cigarette at the same time, and then I can get that voice way down there. You know what I mean? But anyway, we have, let's see here, it's 6:18. We still got a lot of time left before we talk to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Steve Becker. Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be kind of a crazy, I mean, it really is. It's going to be one of them shows, man. I can just tell. I mean, I am just warning you guys right now that this definitely could be one of them shows that goes down in maybe history. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know. So anyway, this song, of course, is, since we're doing the car show theme all week long, we're gonna stay away from any boohoo songs. So this one here is called Cruising California Nights. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Got my 57 Chevy, polished up bright, headed down Whittier Boulevard tonight. Chrome shining, radio playing real loud. We're rolling through the valley, drawing a crowd. Van Nuys Boulevard, the tires start to squeal. Gas pedal down, you can smell that steel. Bob's big boys jumping burgers on the grill. The jukebox is rocking to that West Coast thrill. We're cruising California nights under them red and yellow lights. Hot rods, T-birds, and old GT
in the heat. Got Mustangs, Roadrunners, and a Cuda too. Camaro with flames, yeah, the baby's new. We race down PCH just to feel alive. Engine humming, California drive. We're cruising California nights, under them red and yellow lights. Hot rods, T-birds, and old GTOs, running wild where the cool wind blows. From Hollywood down to Old Mesto Street, we're living that dream on full chrome feet. Midnight, the engines fade, but the memories linger in the songs we made. Every burnout, every neon sign still echoes through that golden time. We're cruising California nights, shining chrome in the pale moonlight. From San Jose down to LA town, we keep those old wheels spinning round. Yeah, the spirit's alive, it'll never die.
Cruising them California nights right here on Pedal the Metal, Motors and Music. You know, it just ain't right unless we do a little bit of muscle car blues. A little bit of muscle car blues. And guess what? I found my harmonica.
Well, my baby's sitting idle, out in the drive. Chrome still shining, but she barely alive. Blew a gasket last Sunday, lost that race by 2. Now I'm sitting here wondering what a poor boy's gonna do. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues, busting knuckles and worn out shoes. Gas tank's empty, my wallet too. Lord, I got them old muscle car blues. Heading down the lines come the Saturday night. My 55 high boy's gonna make it right. Gonna line her up next to that B-altered crew and that slick deuce coupe. See what she can do. Now the boys are coming from Fresno town. Say they're gonna take my 55 down, but my motor's big, mean and loud. Gonna keep those wheels stuck to the ground. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues. Can't take my gal out, ain't got no fuel. She loves that rumble, she loves that sound, but my hot rod's quiet, just sitting around. Sell this ranch or pawn my shoes, I'd buy a gallon just to chase those blues. Cause when she fires up, man, it's sweet relief. That rumbling thunder shakes my grief. Well, the crowd gets loud when I roll to the line. Shining chrome headers humming fine. One more run and I'll pay my dues. Till then I'm stuck with these muscle car blues. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues, but I ain't giving up on that old V8 tune. One more paycheck and a little more time. My hot rod will roll and that girl will be mine. Flashes under moonlight hues, I'll burn those tires and lose these muscle car blues.
There you go, Muscle Car Blues right here. Muscle Car Blues. So this next song right here is made after my grandpa's hamburger stand in Pueblo, Colorado. It was called the Joker Drive-In. His nickname was either Coach or Harry the Hat. He was, and I'd like to say hello to my baby girl Samantha out there, all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. I hope everybody's doing good out in the LV, including my buddy Ted. Julie, I hope you're doing good too. But anyway, we get back here to my grandpa's place, the Joker Drive-In. Harry the Hat is the name of the song, and my grandpa used to wear these racing Tams. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but the British wear them a lot. And anyway, he had his 60 Corvette, which I have the tattoo on my arm and stuff. This place was just the coolest place, man. It was really popular in the 50s and the 60s. All the kids used to come because they served 3-2 beer, and in Colorado, you got to be 18 to drink 3-2 beer. Yes, he was my mom's dad. Yes, he was. Anyway, they had curb service, and the building was in the middle of the lot, and you could pull up, and people like my mom would come out. There were the car hops, and they would take your order, and if you wanted a beer, back in the day, you could drink beer in your car. They would bring it right out to you, and you could have a beer, and you could have a cheeseburger, and the name of the place was called the Joker Drive-In. It was a well-known place back in the 50s, 60s, Johnny. It was my grandpa's hamburger stand. I spent a lot of time when I was a kid growing up in that place in the 70s. And yes, you still have. If I don't even know if 3-2 beers around anymore, Carter. I really don't. I think we might have drank it all. Well, or at least we tried anyway. But anyway, there were always some cool cars. My grandpa always had cool cars, and they would go on road rallies, and he'd have Joker poker runs and stuff like that, and they go all up into the mountains and stuff. It was just really, really a cool time to grow up as a kid and see all the muscle cars and stuff in my era out parked out in front and stuff. And they had a cheeseburger, they had a hamburger, of course. They had a SOB, which was a sausage on a bun. They had a HOB, which is a hamburger on a bun, and these were like on hoagie buns. They were a lot bigger sandwich. And then they had the thing. The thing was a sandwich that my mom created. It was a grilled cheese with grilled onions and a hamburger patty in between, but it was served on Texas toast. My grandpa had world-renowned, and I'm telling you guys the truth, world-renowned barbecue sauce. When my grandfather passed, one of the big barbecue companies like Heinz or somebody got in touch with my uncle somehow, and they wanted to buy the recipe, and he wouldn't sell it. But I can remember people coming in just like on the 4th of July, buying my grandpa always kept the big pickle jars when they were done. He kept them, and he would sell those full of barbecue sauce to people. And I can remember people coming in just to buy the barbecue sauce and stuff like that. It was just really, really a cool place, man. They had a big long counter in the front. They had 4 or 5 booths. It wasn't a big building. They had 4 or 5 booths that sat, comfortably sat 4 people, but you could put 6 people in it. They had a couple pinball machines. They had a jukebox in there. In the far corner, they had a big, giant root beer barrel. They made malts and different things like that, And it was just a fun place to grow up, man. I wish that I could recreate my dad's station and the Joker Drive-In and have them both today, man, because it was fun. But this song here is called Harry the Hat. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Crunching under wheels, wooden boots with squeaky seals, Harry the Hat behind that magic skill. Root beer floats fizzing in the sun. 3-2 beers for the older ones. Fries sizzling, onions in the air. Kids laughing, playing, not a single care. Old Harry the Hat at the Joker, where the legends come alive. SOB sandwich is the thing we'd all survive. Hot rods revving, jukebox playing all night. With Harry the Hat at the Joker, everything was right. License plates from miles away, engines humming, kids at play. Car hops running down the gravel line, trays of burger shakes and fries. Harry the Hat tipping his brim, wiping sweat, calling out to him. Watch that tray, he'd laugh and shout. We knew there was magic all about. Oh, Harry the Hat at the Joker, where the legends come alive. SOB sandwich is the thing we'd all survive. Hot rods revving, jukebox playing all night. With Harry the Hat at the Joker, everything was right. The smell of grill and neon lights, Saturday nights in our blue jean whites, bumping songs from the 45s. Every summer evening felt alive. Harry the Hat with a twinkle in his eye told stories of the cars rolling by. Every kid, every friend, every line made the Joker feel like frozen time. Sunglasses tipped, hair in the breeze, kids on roller skates, feeling free. Trays of chili dogs and chocolate shakes, laughs echoing over gravel breaks. Harry the Hat calling orders loud, every kid in the lot feeling proud. Through every burger, every soda, every friend, Harry the Hat made the story never end. Yes, Harry the Hat at the Joker, where the legends come alive. SOB sandwich is the thing we'd all survive. Hot rods revving, jukebox playing all night. With Harry the Hat at the Joker, everything was right. Harry the Hat at the Joker, Harry the Hat at the Joker.
There you go. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that very much, man. That brings back a lot. It really does. I can just picture myself being in there, man. And they had this big dual door ice box, and that's where they kept all the meat and stuff like that, and cheese and different things like that. But on the top, they kept this big box of bubble gum, and I can remember as a kid I had to jump and grab a handful and put them in my pocket, and then I'd jump again and grab another handful, and boy, I'd walk out of there. I looked like a chipmunk with the mumps, man. I'd have bubble gum in my cheeks and stuff. And another story that I had there, my grandpa and my grandma were divorced for a while, and my grandpa owned the house right behind the restaurant. Well, I was probably, I don't know, I'd say I was probably 6 or 7, and my grandpa would say, "Hey, go get Grandpa a beer. Tell Uncle Bill that Grandpa needs a beer." So I'd go over there and I'd go into the side and I'd say, "Hey, Grandpa needs a beer," and my Uncle Bill would say, you know where it's at. You know how to open it. Go ahead and do it. And I'm 6 or 7 years old, okay? And I'm going into the beer box and I'm grabbing a beer and I'm opening it up and I'm walking out the building with it. Okay? Well, of course, when you're staying with Grandpa, you get to light his pipe, you get to load his pipe, you get to take a sip of his beer anytime you want. Well, when I'm traveling, that big distance between the house and the restaurant, which was probably 40 feet. I mean, it was a long ways for a little guy. You'd have to take a couple sips. Well, later on that night, after I don't know how many beers, my grandpa said, Grandpa wants another beer, go over and get it for him. And so I went over there and got another beer and never came back. And they were like, where did he go? So my grandpa goes looking for me, and there I am. Now take it. This is a gravel building, okay? It's a gravel lot, and the building is right in the center. So people are driving around this driveway and parking wherever they can and different things. I mean, beer trucks are coming in, trucks with the meat company trucks are coming in, bringing food, and it's busy all the time. I pass out right in the middle of the gravel driveway. I mean, just pass out cold. And I can remember my grandpa carried me into the place, and or his house, and he's like, "What happened?" And my uncle was there with him, and he said, "Well, I think he was drinking some beers in between the house here. He was taking some sips of your beer." So, needless to say, that only could drink beer with Grandpa when we went fishing and stuff like that, and it wasn't very much. I kind of cooked my own goose back then. So, but it just stories like that was so fun. I mean, I got stories about my first car I have a little Model T Shriner's car that me and my sister used to throw candy out at parades and stuff like that. It was advertised my dad's business, and we kept it at my grandpa's. And I can remember my grandpa was closed every Tuesday, and I can remember going there after, maybe school or during the summers and just running that little car around the gravel driveway. Well, I got to where I could kind of drift the car. I mean, I always thought I was cool. Now, granted, this car has got wooden wheels, okay? I mean, it's wooden, not the tires. The tires are rubber, but the spoked wheels are real wood on a metal rim. I mean, this car is pretty authentic to what the real ones were. And I'm cruising around the corner, and those wooden wheels gave out, man, because you're supposed to keep, my job was to make sure that I kept them tight. And I just kind of I was having too much fun. I didn't want to keep them tight. And, boy, it folded in, and that thing went rolling, and I went flipping, and, man, I destroyed my car. And that was one of the times that they always said, okay, no more driving that car that fast around the drive-in and stuff. So I got busted doing that. And, I mean, I was kind of always in trouble, man. And I don't know why. I'm such an angel. I just don't understand why. I really don't. So this next song here is called C10 Summers, guys. And you know what? There's always a place. It doesn't matter where it's at. Not maybe word for word in this song, but C10 Summers are the way to go, man. Here it is, right here on Pedal the Metal, Motors and Music.
Been working all winter long in that cold dark shop, turning wrenches, burning nights, never gonna stop. The brakes are on, the fuel's flowing clean. She's a mean machine, she's my old dream. Got the tunes playing loud, chrome shining bright. Gonna hit that highway come Friday night. I'm getting ready for my C10 Summers, hanging out with all my brothers, where the paint shines red and the road just hums. Can't wait to take it to the shows, kicking dust with all my bros. Yeah, I'm rolling through those C10 Summers. Long hour daylight never gets old. From town to town with a heart of gold. Just me and my Chevy in the heat and thunder. That's how we roll in those C10 Summers. Got my girl riding shotgun
bare feet on the dash, cold drink radio, life's moving fast. We pull in the lot, the crowd turns to stare, all them heads nod, they know she's rare. Stories and engines fill the air, it's more than chrome, it's the love we share. I'm getting ready for my C10 summers, hanging out with all my brothers, where the paint shines red and the road just hums. Can't wait to take it to the shows, kicking dust with all my bros. Yeah, I'm rolling through those C10 summers, long hour daylight never gets old, from town to town with a heart of gold. Just me and my Chevy in the heat and thunder, that's how we roll in those C10 summers. When the sun sets low and the engine's cool, we're still talking trucks like a bunch of fools, but I wouldn't trade it no other way. C10 summers forever stay. Yeah, here's to those C10 summers, the friends that laughs, the burning rubber. Every bolt, every mile brings back that smile. Long hour daylight, running wild and free, that C10 life's where I wanna be. So let's raise a bottle to all our brothers and all the love we found in those C10 summers.
C10 Summers, man, that's what it's all about. So, you know, I make songs for people about their cars and stuff, and I've got a really good friend. His name is Justin Groulet, and Justin is the manager at Black Eyed Pea, and he is also the guy, the inspiration behind Trucks and Screwdrivers, which is a big car show that he has at the Black Eyed Pea there in Castle Rock. And you know, he has 3 different vehicles, and I made songs about all of his vehicles. Well, this one song that I'm getting ready to play here is about his Apache pickup, and this truck is all patinaed out. It's not. I mean, it's really okay. It's a badass. Okay, I mean, this truck is really got a motor from hell in it. Okay. And I wanted to make a song that sounded like it was an Indian song. Maybe I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I wanted the sounds like if you were watching a cowboy movie and the Indians were getting ready to attack, and they had that ooh, kind of sound and all that. And so I really had to do a lot of homework on how to get that made with the music program that I have. But when I got it done and I played it, I was so surprised it would come out just exactly like I wanted it. So he named his truck Geronimo. So Geronimo was the head chief of the Apaches. So this song here is after his truck, Geronimo. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
Bought him from a buddy just 3 miles down the road. 45 years behind me, got my own heavy load. Gave myself a present, chrome and rust and soul. A 58 Apache, I call him Geronimo. Twin turbos breathing fire, that 4.8 sings mean. 650 horses rumbling, shaking up the scene. That old patina paint looks like war paint in the sun. Every dance a story, every mile's is a battle he won. Geronimo, ride with me tonight through the dust and thunder by the pale moonlight. Got a Pabst Blue Ribbon shifter and a heavy ride tow. Hear them turbos war cry, scream, they sound like Geronimo. Aluminum wheel in my hands, wind in my hair. Ghosts of the plains still whisper in the air. He was an Apache born and proud Indian chief. And when that turbo whistles, he's still shouting that war cry, scream, Geronimo, ride with me tonight through the dust and thunder by the pale moonlight. Got a Pabst Blue Ribbon shifter and a heavy ride tow. Hear the war cry, scream of Geronimo. From the canyon to the fairgrounds, every road's the same. You can feel that old chief's power running in its veins. It ain't just a truck, it's a soul on the go. A warrior reborn by the name of Geronimo. So if you see us rolling, better clear the way. Old metal and spirit still have their say. Stampede of thunder, buffalo, where the wild winds blow. That's me and my brother, a 58 Apache called Geronimo.
There you go, Geronimo, right there. Kind of like Clint Eastwood, Good and the Bad and the Ugly kind of sound, you know, or something like that. I really kind of just really kind of like that song a lot, you know. Robert French, my brother, what's up, dog? Dude, what's happening with you? I haven't talked to you in a while, man. We got to get you on the show, man. You got to quit going out on the road. That's what you got to do, my brother. But you know what? I still love you, bro. I still love you, man. And we'll get you on the show because it'd be epic, man, to have the Frenchman. The Flying Frenchman's in here, guys. World-renowned monster truck driver, Mr. Robert French. He's in here hanging out tonight, man. We got some royalty in here tonight, man. We got Johnny Blender, we got Texas Rich. You know, man, it's a good time. It's a good time had by all. This this next song here is this is a song about Raul's twin is watching. Oh, hello, Gary. How you doing, man? Louisiana Gary. He come in last night or the night before when Raul was on, and he's back. Welcome all the way from and Buzz Corona's on the house, man. Dude, this is like an all-star weekend right here. All-star weekend. I'll tell you what. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just go ahead and pay some sponsored bills right fast, and we'll be right back here on Pedal the Metal Motors and Music.
Hey, cool cats and chrome lovers! Get ready for horsepower, hot rods, and summer fun at the Night Owl Hot Rods Fiesta Fun Run! Cruise on out Saturday, July 11th, 2026, from 3 in the afternoon until 8 at night at Sheridan Community Park, 3325 West Oxford Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. Check classic rides, custom builds, amazing food trucks, and that sweet sound of engines rolling through a summer evening. Music all night long from Southern Colorado's legendary DJ Buzz Corona. And don't miss the live auction, featuring automotive memorabilia, collectibles, and surprises every car lover's gonna want. Bring your friends, bring the family, and enjoy one incredible night of cars, music, food, and fun. Stay in the loop. Follow Night Owl Hot Rods on Facebook. The Night Owl Hot Rods Fiesta Fun Run, where the classics roll and the good times never stall.
Looking to bring your ride back to life, or just clean it up and make that beater look better than ever? At Sunrise Rod and Custom, we turn worn out into wow. From rust repair to full restoration to complete customization, we got you covered. Need collision repair? Bodywork, no problem. Need something to stand out at the next show?
We specialize in pinstriping, custom lettering,
And one-of-a-kind paint that makes your ride truly yours. Whether it's a classic cruiser or a shop truck,
we take pride in every detail because your ride deserves it. Located in colorful Colorado,
Sunrise Rod and Custom is your go-to shop for craftsmanship that turns heads. Call Jeff Lytle today at 983-217-3239. That's 983-217-3239.
Sunrise Rod and Custom, we don't
Just fix cars, we bring them back to life, and a whole lot more.
All right, we're back. We're back right here to Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. Guys, you can all remember the speed shops as we grew up, you know. It's already starting. It's already starting. Buzz and Raul are already throwing shots at each other, man. I love it. I'm telling you, this is gonna be an epic one, man. We're gonna have to mark this one as a premiere. I mean, this is gonna be good. But you all remember them old speed shops when you got a chance to go, you know, and building that hot rod and stuff, and they had all the cool stuff up on the walls and stuff, and you went in there and you know, you talked to the guys and they said, well, this is what you need. And they knew about cars. Now, you know, today you go into, let's just say you go into AutoZone and you say, okay, I need a 1157 bulb. Okay. Well, and I'm just exaggerating on this, but the young kid behind the counter goes to the computer and he goes, now, what year truck do you have, sir? And he puts the year and he goes, now, is that a V8? Or is it a 6-cylinder? You say it's a V8, okay? And he goes, now, what kind of transmission? Is it automatic or a 4-speed? And you tell him it's an automatic, okay? And he goes, okay, 1157 bulb, right, for that? And they don't know nothing, man. They don't know nothing. They have to put everything in the computer, and it's just like, dude, you guys are so untrained, man. You're so untrained. Learn your parts, learn your stuff, because the old guys, they used to just say, you know what, try this, and if it doesn't work, bring it back, and we'll get you the right part. And it's just really crazy. So I made a song called That Old Speed Shop right here, and we're going to listen to that now. This is called That Old Speed Shop right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
I was 16, sweeping floors for a little pay at that old speed shop down on Highway 8. Chrome bumper shining, smell of gasoline. Those old boys taught me more than any school had ever dreamed. When that speed shop first opened up the doors, lead sleds and 32 deuce coupes rolled across the floor. T-bucket roadsters and Hildebrand parts, Lakeside pipes, Offenhauser hearts. Then came the GTOs, Camaros and Stangs, Road runners rumbling, it's all sang. Now it's tuned by computer, ordered by mail. The sound and the rumble are gone, what a tale. Now that old speed shop's a memory on a map, replaced by condos and some online apps. Ain't no counter talk or grease-stained hands, just shipping times and checkout plans. Yeah, I miss the days when a man could stop and find a little magic in that old speed shop. Those guys behind the counter, they were wrenches through and through. They knew every bolt and gasket, what worked and what blew. Didn't need no laptop telling them what's wrong. They'd walk back, grab the part, and you'd be fixed before long. Now that old speed shop's a ghost in my mind, where knowledge came from years and time. Now it's all click, ship, and hope it fits. No handshake deals or greasy wits. Yeah, I miss the days when a man could stop and talk horsepower dreams in that old speed shop. Sometimes I drive by where that old place stood, close my eyes and smell the rubber and wood, hear the laughter, the stories, the engines roar. Wish I could walk through that glass door once more. Now it's cardboard boxes on a porch at dawn, but the heart of that shop still keeps rolling on. And every car I build, every bolt I drop, lives a piece of that soul from that old speed shop. Yeah, I was just a kid when my dreams got lit by the spark of a socket and the smell of grit. Times have changed, but I can't stop thinking about my life in that old speed shop.
Boy, that song's got a lot of truth in it, man. I mean, a lot of truth in it, guaranteed. You know, it's getting, it's even the comment section here is really getting, it's getting out of hand. Oh, I just love it, man. I tell you what, I was fortunate enough all my life to have jobs that I really loved. And now I'm doing this one, and this was just going to be a hobby, and it's really turned into a full-time job. But to have the people that I have on here tonight and the interviews and stuff that I've done throughout the time that Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music's been on, it's been fantastic, man. I mean, it really has. I absolutely love coming down here. You know, I guess if I was a single guy, I would do a show every night, man. I really would. Just to have all my people come in here, man. I just love them to death. But you know, guys, this Saturday, and then we'll give our buddy Steve a call here in a minute. This Saturday, July 11th. 2026. The Night Owls Car Club is going to have a big, huge car show. It's called the Fiesta Fun Run. It's located at 3325 West Oxford Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. It's at the Sheridan Community Park. Now, it opens at 3 o'clock and probably lasts till about 8. And the gates open at 11 to park your cars. But, guys, from what I understand, there's people that line up early in the morning just to get in and stuff. So if you have a car and you want to show up to the show, you definitely need to get there early because so you can get a spot. You know, they say they're going to have 400 to 450 cars, and you know that's going to fill up fast. I mean, there's that many cars that show up. So I'm telling you, just wholeheartedly, make sure that you get in and get there right away and get yourself a spot in line because it is going to fill up fast. Now, they've got They've got Kona Ice is going to be there. They got barbecue. They're going to have a live auction, which myself and one of my friends, Mark Lund, is going to be doing. We're going to be doing there. Buzz Corona's going to be there. He's going to be spinning the hits, and it's more fun than stepping on baby chickens. Okay, that's just. I hope Pete is not listening. I just hope they're not listening. But that's what it is, man. I mean, it's going to be a blast. I've never been to one, and I already know that it's going to be. Okay, Johnny Blender, we'll call. I'll call you on Sunday, Johnny, if that's okay with you. I'll get a hold of you on Sunday, and we'll talk about being on each other's shows. But Johnny Blender in the house, guys, from the Edge Radio US. We're going to cross promote each other and be on each other's show. And then hopefully soon you're going to see my music on the Edge Radio. That's going to be awesome. So, but anyway, I just really, really look forward to this show, and this will be my first one. But I just from hearing everything from everybody, man, it's going to be a great one. So once again, 3325 West Oxford Avenue, Sheridan, Colorado, Sheridan Community Park. Gates open at 3 o'clock. Show goes till 8. Opens at 11 o'clock to start parking cars. I myself is going to be there about 10 o'clock, but I don't know. Raul, do I have to wait in line? I don't know. Do I call you, or is there a special gate that vendors and stuff come in, or something? Or maybe you can just text me later on and let me know that, and we'll go from there. So let's see if we can call Mr. Becker. Let's just see what we can do here. Listen, guys, I'm just prepared. Get yourself some tissues, because you're not going to be crying. You're just going to be laughing. You're going to be laughing hard. I can just tell. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's there it is.
Hey, what do you want now?
Yes, sir. This is the prison. We have a collect call. Would you accept to collect call, please?
Hey, I already told you. I sent you that carton of smokes and those candy bars. So quit stealing somebody else's phone and calling me, okay? You know, it's getting a little bit ridiculous anymore. And besides, I told you I didn't love you anymore, all right? So,
but you don't love me no more. I don't understand it. What's the deal?
I have a new girlfriend.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Stripper. So you know what? She's making money. You're not.
I gave you the best years of my life. I even went to prison for you.
Well, you know, that's right. But hey, you win some, you lose some. What can I say? It's not my fault.
You're just rotten. You're terrible. You're rotten to the core.
Well, and your point is?
Well, you've hurt my feelings. I'm going to call Buzz Corona on you.
Well, you know what? I was telling her about Buzz, and hey, Buzz, when she gets out, hey, she's all yours. So get ready.
Boy, Buzzy. Boy, Buzzy. Hey, come on. When is her release date?
Well, she was up for parole here about a month ago, and then she told her she was coming to see me. They threw her right back in.
Wow.
He said, no way you're going to go see. You go see Becker, and you'll be right back in here again. So they put her back in.
Steve Becker, you're nothing but trouble, man. Raul is right about you. You are nothing but trouble, man. What are we going to do with you?
Hey, I just want to tell you, brother, you know, you talked about, you know, took your wife out for her birthday and stuff, and man, that's not only special, that's great, man.
Thank
you know,
you.
just you enjoy the day, and that's what it's all about, brother. It isn't that everything went fine and all that other bullshit. You spent the day and you spent a birthday with her. What more can you ask for, brother? I mean, and you know, you got to look at a guy like me. I tried to get a date here about a week ago. I walk up to this gal and I says, hey, would you like to go out with me? And she goes, I wouldn't go out with you if you were the last guy on earth. And I said, well, Does that mean I still have a chance?
Oh, you know, I
For
tell
that,
you,
I had to duck and weave. I had to duck and weave because she started coming at me. Okay.
how many times have you been just knocked completely out by just saying stuff like that to some lady? You know what I mean?
I lost count. I lost count. But one time though, the cops picked me up and they took me to jail, right? And they were taking my mug shot. Well, I thought I was getting an award.
And the award goes to.
The expression on my face was like, wow, what did I win this time?
Oh my goodness, you are a madman. I was driving today and I was just kind of laughing, and my wife's like, "What are you laughing about?" I says, I've never met this guy, and I've never talked to him on the phone. He's listened to the show a couple times, and he makes you laugh just by the stuff he texts to all the other guys. And I said, he's supposed to look like Timmy from Lassie. And I said, I'm going to have to find out all about that. But I said, I'm already laughing because I know this show is just going to go completely off the chain. Yeah, I mean, it's going to go so many different ways that it's going to be crazy.
Roller, it's about the car show and about the guys that put it on.
It
That's
is.
what I want to talk about tonight. We've got some special. I call them friends out there, and that's who they are. They're my friends. My brother calls them family, and they are family. But you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends. And let me tell you, I've been very lucky, and a lot of us have, to have the friends and be able to pick the friends we want. And that's what it's about. It isn't about, well, look who I am or what I've got and all the other crap. No, it's about your friends and just having fun, laughing about the stupidest things. Let's just hit off real quick, and then we'll get into. I'll talk about Fiesta Room for a little bit. But how I got the name Timmy was. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Well, Buzz Corona and myself used to go to Sturgis almost every year.
Okay.
Well, one of the first years I was in Sturgis, I had this bumper bike, and we were at Rapid City at the Harley Davidson dealership, right?
Uh-huh.
And working out, coil burn up on that damn bike. Well, I get all this stuff to it, so I'm working on it. Well, I'm down there working on it. There's a photographer. He's taking pictures of me working on this old rat bike, bumper bike. Anyway, knucklehead, suicide shifter. I mean, what a death trap. I'm working on it, and these gals and people are going, hey, who is that guy? Is that guy somebody famous? Okay, here comes Buzz Corona. Don't you know who that guy is? And everybody's going, no, that's Timmy from Lassie. I kid you not, the whole weekend, I was telling about all the lassies that were on the show. I was talking to these old ladies about, and they go, oh, we loved you. And then who do you think Buzz was? Oh, about 2 days after, Buzz was both Bad Jack's son, Wolfie. And of course, who do you think my big brother Roll is? He's our bodyguard.
Of course.
He's our bodyguard, man. But I'll tell you, that's how it all got started. But it was like, I can remember taking pictures with Orientals from Japan. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, yeah. And you're going, what the hell?
So, I mean, these people are still talking about this today, probably, that they met Timmy from Lassie
Exactly.
in Sturgis, and just look, I got a Polaroid with him, man. Here he is right here. And other people are probably going, what the hell, man?
But see, back then you couldn't really Google anything.
Sure, exactly.
So nobody would question it. Nowadays you go, he's been dead for a long time. Uh-oh.
I'm feeling pretty good, though, I tell you, for being a dead man. I'm kind of spry today. Not stinking too bad.
It's those kind of stories I'm going to share with a lot of the Night Owl members tonight.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's what I want to hear.
I want everybody out there to know that, we have some of the best car people that will work that and are coming, and some of the nicest cars in the state of Colorado will be there Saturday. And if you're not really into that stuff or your neighbor isn't, take them. Go and just experience a Saturday you won't forget in a long, long time. And what I mean by is the quality of the car and the quality of the people. I mean, there's my best friends are car people. They always have been, always will be.
Uh-huh.
And you go down there and you laugh and you have a good time. I had Jose call me today and he goes, "Hey, what's a good time to get down there, Becker?" And I said, "Oh, get down there around 10 or something. You know, we're not going to open up till 11, but if we get open a little earlier, we'll get you guys in. Don't worry about it, man." He goes, "Oh, man, you know what? I can't wait." He goes, "I've been looking forward to this all week." And I said, "That's what it's all about." And he goes, "No, we have so much fun." I said, "Yes, we do." And he goes, "Hey, we'll see you there, brother." And I said, "Well, I'll be there, and we'll tell a few jokes, and you can head on in and get parked." And he was telling me how many cars they were bringing and stuff, but it's going to be a big one, and it's going to be a good time. And that's all I really wanted to add about the Night Owl Show right now, and then we can move on to talking about some of the members,
Okay.
and that's
Yeah.
what it, you know, all the way from Little Rich, Big Brian to Jerry Potts, yeah, Dusty Jean, Gerald, Rhodey and Connie. I've got stories about Rhodey and Connie. I got stories about old Paul Hanko, and of course Buzz, and my brother from another mother, Raul. We'll talk a little bit about him and his, how we met and god dang different things and everything else. But you
Perfect.
got any questions to start out with?
I do.
Let me know, brother.
I understand that you are a bike builder, correct?
I built a few in my time, and you know what? I've got some of the wildest stuff you've ever seen, and stuff that people go, "You can't ride that." And I said, "Well, I rode your mom last night. I'm pretty sure I can ride this."
Hold on.
But
Oh my
what I'm
God.
getting at there, Roller, is a lot of people that I see and guys that I've known for years that, have nicer cars. There's a lot of jealousy out there. So what I turn it into is humor. I turn it into a joke. I turn it into, hey, you might be mad at the world or whatever, but by the time I tell you a joke or we look over the car or you want to take a ride around the block, we're friends.
There you go,
And
man.
that's what it's all about, Roller, for me.
Not
It
what it
always
is.
has been, always will be. You go somewhere and somebody's looking at your car. I'm the first guy to go, "Hey, put the kids in there." And they go, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Hell no, man." And don't get me wrong, most of the time their wives are kind of hot, so that kind of helps,
Of course,
but
of course. Yeah.
but it's the whole thing of, and I'm going to say this probably half a dozen times tonight. Life is too short. Get out there and laugh and have a good time, and none of this woes me. None of this I feel sorry for me. Not in my life. No.
Yeah.
What it's all about is laughing, telling a joke, making a new friend.
It it
It's just that's what it is for me. I'm sorry.
it really is, man. I mean, if you make it 80 years isn't nothing because you're gone forever, and forever's a long damn time. But it's just, my grandfather said when you die, if you can count five people on one hand that you can call good friends, you're a success in life. You know, well, I've got those five, and then I have a bunch more too, man. That
Yeah,
I mean, it's
and you're
just
going to make more.
amazing the people that and you said it just right, just there. It's just, I mean, since I did this interview at ACC with Raul, I have met so many people and have now I have even more brothers that I absolutely would do anything in the world for, man. I mean, all they have to do, hello Robert, how you doing? All the Louisiana boys are hanging out with us, man. But it's just I would do anything for him. I mean, if Buzz called me and said, "Hey, man, I need you to come down here. I'm not feeling well, and I need you to cover a gig for me," man, bam, I'm in the truck and I'm down there. As long as I don't have something for somebody else, I'm there. If not, I'm going to find somebody that's going to cover that gig for him. Raul, the same way. Just, hey, I need some help on a car. Can you come to my house and help me? I'm there, man. And now you and everybody, man. I mean, it's just Big Steve and Brian and just
Yeah.
all the
Rich,
gang, man. And,
all the game. But that's what I call a real friend. And I'm very lucky to have the friends I have. But I always tell them, you need anything, day, night, unless the stripper is here, I'll be right there. Okay?
Yes.
It's
You have
you know it's
priorities in
about.
your life.
That's right. That's right. Like when you text me this morning, I took those strippers to breakfast at the Waffle House,
Well,
and they kicked us out because Cinnamon was getting glitter all over one of the bar stools. So they said, "You guys got to leave." And I said, "Well, hey, we're not done with our waffle yet, okay?" But what you're talking about there is the way I've lived my life the last 30-some years.
right,
Is a true friend is a true friend.
right.
There's people come in your life and they say, well, let me know if you need anything. They either won't answer the phone or I mean this. You'll never see them again. But there's guys like I've met throughout my life. And, I'm talking about a big percentage of the night owls I've
Right.
traveled with and run with. And, of course, my brother Rawl and, of course, Buzz and, Big Brian. All these guys, we've traveled the country. And we've had more laughs, more fun and I mean this, than anybody else I've ever met in my life.
Right.
They call, are you kidding me? And I said, no, I'm not kidding you. And I'll share some stories about some of those trips that I get, and you won't believe it because it's just what we do. We go and have fun.
Yeah.
We don't have to, we don't have to go out there and drink and get crazy and get in trouble. We just have our own humor and our own group and a good time. And that's what, to me, that's what my life is about, and it has been for a long time, and it always will be.
Yeah.
You just go with your friends and have fun, and we will continue. It's just like every year you look forward to certain things because you're going to do them. I see in a lot of my life, a lot of these people, they're done. I don't want to do that. Well, what are you gonna do with your car? I don't know. You want to buy it? People, everybody's different, but what keeps me going is my friends. Man, I've got some good ones.
Right.
And I consider you, Roller, as one of my friends. And
Well, thank you very much.
don't
That
get me
means a
wrong.
lot.
When you get to meet me, I am better looking than I am on the phone. So
Well,
don't be disappointed. Okay.
well, I guarantee you one thing right now: you have a voice for radio,
Well,
and a face.
well, that's what all the girls say. They're usually in prison or strippers, but that's what they all say to me. So hey, what you just said doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Okay.
You might know my first girlfriend. She was a midget stripper. She couldn't come out of a cake, but she'd come out of a cupcake.
Yeah, I you know what? I dated her.
Did you really?
Yeah,
She was a good
I
girl.
called her Minnie. I called her Minnie most
I
of the time,
did
but
too. I did too. And she loved it. She really did. She was knee high to a
we have
grasshopper.
we have something in common. We have something in common. I wanted to let you know your package came today.
Perfect.
Yeah, those anal beads, and how I knew they were anal beads. I could smell them. So I'll bring them down to you Saturday. Okay.
Hey, like I told you, if you just take them and put them in Clorox and clean them off, they'll be fine. Don't worry about it, man. But they did. I just gave it up. I didn't want them no more.
Oh man, thanks a lot, man. That's what friends are for. See, that's a real friend.
It's a gift that
Okay.
keeps on giving, is what it is.
That's right. Dang it, man.
Oh my goodness. So let's
Let- let-
let's let's start off with the king of the night owls himself. How did you guys meet?
Oh man, I've been thinking about this for the last few days. I'll tell you, the first time I ever seen him, we were at a Ray Farner show at the Coliseum. Now this is way back, and I'm talking about late '70s, early '80s. I had my Anglian. I just finished this. So it was early '80s. Okay,
Okay.
I seen him. He had a big monster truck. Okay, and those guys at this car club up in Longmont, we had about 10 cars, and we were in the center of the Coliseum. Well, there's this great big old Ford truck over there against the wall, dark. And here's the best part about all this is, okay, he's got that truck over there. He has a young lady with legs that went to heaven, beautiful long hair, cleaning his freaking truck the whole day. He never cleaned the wheels. She was polishing the wheels. She's cleaning the tires. She's polishing the whole truck, and the whole time he's walking around talking to people, Of course, he's a bodybuilder, good looking guy, and he's going around. This is back 40 years ago, remember? Almost 50. Anyway, the whole time, and I'm going, who the hell is that guy? I'm over there. Of course, we always drove our cars back then. She's over there cleaning up your car, getting it ready for the show, and spending half the day doing that. And I'm going, God damn, who the hell is this guy? So I didn't think too much of it. Well, probably a year or two later, I seen him at different things, but didn't pay too much attention. So a couple of years later, a good friend of mine that was in the car club was Dale Peeler. He goes, I'm going to work for this Raul Dollatore down in Larimer at the chip factory. He's got a Chevy Coupe. He's got a Nova. He's got Camaro and he had Camaro. He had a Corvette. He's got a Pantera. What the hell's this guy do? Well, they make chips. And his dad and family and stuff. Okay, all right. So, at that time, Roller, I was working for movie theaters. Projector, sound, you name it. Anything from popcorn machines all the way down the line. So I was working at the Continental, downtown Denver, everywhere from Fort Collins, Greeley, Loveland, Longmont, Colorado Springs, all these different movie theaters, and I was really just maintaining their machines. Well, I was down at the Cooper Theater one day, and I said, well, I'm going to stop by and Tortue Factory and see this guy. So I stopped by, and, Dale was working on one of his cars, and we were talking and stuff, and didn't really, just kind of small talk and things, and kind of got to be a little bit friends. And then we went to a burger burn up in Greeley, and he was up there with his Chevy Coupe, nice red car, Pro Street, good-looking car. Well, he's up there with it, and he kind of knew that I knew Dale, and he goes, well, you want to see my new stereo? And I'm like, yeah, well, where is it? He goes, that's my point. And I'm kind of laughing. So all these guys that I knew and from years, being over 50 years now, being around cars, these guys from Greeley and Fort Collins, who's that guy over there? Bodybuilder guy. And I said, well, it's Dollatore, there's a chip factory down there and stuff. So they're standing there, and I says, hey. So I hollered at him, and I said, hey, tell these guys about, when we were in school. Paul looks at me, and I says, yeah, each time somebody give him shit, I was his bodyguard. I would back him up. Of course, he's looking and laughing. Before you do it, everybody's laughing. Well, kind of from then on, we got to be friends. But what I want to share with everybody, what a lot of people don't know is, one year, I'm talking about in the 90s, he goes, hey, you want to go to Sturgis? I'm going, yeah, let's go. So at that time, I think he had, Fat Boy. I'm not sure. Different bikes. But anyway, he took his Fat Boy, and I took the sports drag we did as far as put a bigger tank on it and got dang fenders and painted everything candy apple and had Bam Bam painted on each side of the tank from a cartoon guy. And on the back fender was Pebbles. Well, we're going to Sturgis, and we get up just about the Cheyenne, and the water pump goes out. Ah, shit. Well, my brother, from another mother, we back his bike out of the trailer. He rides into Cheyenne and gets a water pump. It's antifreeze. Comes back. By then, I had the water pump already off. We put the other one on, checked everything out, and away we went. Well, we're going down the road, and I says, hey, I only brought so much money, so when we get back, I'll pay it for the water pump and antifreeze. And he looked at me, and I'll never forget this. And that's when I knew we'd be friends forever. He goes, we're in this together, buddy. We're brothers. We're in this together. And from that day on, I knew I had a true friend.
Yeah.
And to this day, it's things like that. And how many people in your life that get something for you, want you to pay them right now? Or not only that, they want the money. Not my brother. It was like, hey, we're in this together. And we've been in it together, not exaggerating, close to 40 years. Yeah. And It's just that kind of thing. But I used to see him at car shows, especially when he broke out with a Cadillac. Man, oh man, that car, it put him on the map. Now,
Uh-huh.
don't get me wrong, I drove my Angley around, and it was some magazines, it was on different things, and on and on and on. But that Cadillac was over the top for its time. But another thing too, I'll share with you. I can remember going to a car show on Saturday down in Denver, and me and my boys would go, and I'd see him. He was with this guy with a little girl. I said, okay. We'd say hi, talk for a little bit. And Sunday I go to a car show. He's with another completely different gal, and I'm going, what the hell's this? Get out of there. Shut up. But no, when it goes back to the Fiesta Fun Run, in 1991, I went to one of the first ones on Larimer Street, and Ted Hendricks had a bucket tea and his wife, and it was myself and my two boys were the only really white guys with cars on Larimer. The rest of them were lowriders. And everybody there, especially Raw, treated us like, we're one of them. You're more than welcome. This is great. And then I got an award, which I still have, Fiesta Run on Larimer. I still have to this day for best engine. But a lot of those guys, they didn't think I deserved the best engine. But a lot of those guys said, hey, did you drive that thing down there? I said, yeah. They go, are you kidding me? I said, no, I drive it everywhere. I said, I don't have a trailer or anything. We just drive them. But, you learn throughout your life who your friends are. And I'll tell you, he's been a friend. And like I told him, tell him over and over, we're friends for life. And we will be. But I told him one time we were on a trip, and I says, you know what we're going to be? We're going to be like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. We'll be sitting, one of us will be in the hospital, and we'll be sitting there talking about the good old days and life. And, that's something I don't look forward to, but you know what? I know he'll be there for me, and I'll be there for him. Yeah. And it's just how it is. We've been friends forever. And not only that, there's one thing about my brother is he's never really got really pissed off at me. He gives me that dad look once in a while because I'll say something about something or somebody and we kind of laugh. But, that's what true friends are. They enjoy each other, they have fun, but they know each other. And it's that camaraderie, it's that friendship that you never lose. And I've got a lot of friends in the club that are like that. But as far as, like I told him one time, if I'm sitting in jail and I got to call my best friend, well, I know Raul's going to be sitting beside me. So, hey,
so
he's going to be going.
Who are you going to call?
That's right. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
That's right. But it's just the trips, and each and every guy that's ever gone with us, from Big Steve to Gerald to Scott, all these guys that have gone, the Louisiana boys, we all have a good time because we all get along and because we all really know each other. We know what to talk about, what not to talk about. We know a lot of things about each other. But one story about my brother, though, that really got to me, man, and I thought that was the end of our friendship, was we were in Laughlin, Nevada, and I said, hey, brother, these two girls, one wants to ride on my bike, and you give the other one a ride on yours. And he goes, I can't do that. I said, what? And he goes, I got married. A what? What do you mean you got married? He goes, well, Monty and I and Lenny and Annie went to Vegas, and I got married. I thought, the rest of that trip, I thought, this is our last trip. He'll never get to go again. But the wonderful woman Monty is, and awesome. I love her. I love her like a family, and always will, is she never did say, no, you can't go. Don't get me wrong. There's many a trip she went with us. The trips to Austin and stuff, it was like, there's not many women would do that, but we went, we had fun, and, not exaggerating, after I thought about it, I says, well, good for you. You got your good woman, and, you got somebody. What more could you ask for? But I really thought at that trip we were done. This would be our last trip because what's going to happen is Molly's going to go, well, which Molly calls me Becky. She says, Becky's going to say we're going to go pick up these girls. Becky's going to go hang out with these girls and all this stuff. But it wasn't really like that. It was more like, well, yeah, I go do my thing but when I'm with my brother, we go and just have fun. It isn't about the women or girls. Don't get me wrong. We both look, but hey, we all do.
Right, of
But
course.
it was just that time in my life where I was kind of devastated and pissed at the same time. But we're still friends. We still go, and Marty enjoys when we go. And like I say, she's gone with us many a time. The trips to Austin was like, oh my God, her riding in the Buick, and God dang, here I am, in the Roadster, and Dan Greenberg went with us one time, and God, it was a great time. And then there was a bunch of us went. I mean, Stokes and God dang, oh shoot, I'm trying to think, Jose. There was just a bunch of us went all down together. That was probably one of the coolest road trips I ever went in my life, man.
Uh-huh.
We worked on the cars and we got there and we just had a wonderful time going and coming. And Dave went. There was a lot of, it was just a good time in our lives to go and have fun. But, we're still going. We're still having fun. And I sure hope we can continue to have fun. But, that's kind of the story of how we met. I'll share something with you real quick. Is I knew Sal pretty good. And what I mean by that is I've watched my brother. He's a lot like his dad. One kind, very good, honest person.
Uh-huh.
And that was Sal, and that's my brother. I remember working on Sal's cars. I worked on his Windstar. I worked on his S10 one time at his house. And we talked for a long time about family. And, yeah, he was hard, but on the boys, he was hard on his family. But you know what? All of our parents were hard on
Oh,
us
guaranteed.
their lives. He was tough. Well, yeah, so was my old man. My old man was a sergeant in the Marines. And the first time I remember on a Saturday night, I had my Mustang up north, came down, and my dad worked at the city. So all the cops knew my dad and they knew me. So here Monday night at the table, my dad goes, hey, I understand you were racing out of town. I only said once, no, that wasn't me, because I got smacked up the side of the head so hard I fell out of the chair.
I've had that happen before. Yeah, I have.
Oh, shoot, man. But, Sal got to me one day. I went by the factory. I was working down at the Continental Theater and came by the factory. And my brother and Sal were standing out front, leaning up against the building. And I pulled up there, we're talking and laughing and stuff. And my brother can remember this like yesterday, I'm more than sure. Sal reached inside the truck and he goes, hey, Bacon. He called me Bacon. Hey, Bacon.
Uh-huh.
He goes, I'm sick. I says, oh, you'll be okay. And yeah, he was sick. But at that time, I really didn't know if we all knew it or not. Because it was kind of he looked at me and we looked at each other. But for him to share that with me, I thought, this guy, he's, what a hell of a dad we all had. And he was a hell of a man and hardworking, but a family man, but strict. And he taught my brother to be the man he is today. And I mean that as not only a compliment, as, God, I wish I could be half of that.
Yeah.
But, we look at life, we look at people, and we roll on. But no, Sal was a real prince, man, right to the end. I remember going down to his restaurant. He was always so nice to me. He was just a great guy. And so was Consuela. The whole family, everybody was good to me and nice. And they were just good people all the way around. What can I say? Well, let's move on because I kind of got to back off from my brother now because, God dang, man, we've had too many good times and shared good and bad times. But let's talk a little bit about Little Rich, okay?
Yeah, that's the next one that was the next one on the list. Let's talk about Little Rich.
Okay. A lot of people don't know, and I hope you're listening to Little Rich. A
He's
lot of
on
people
here.
don't know. Little Rich was a bodybuilder. Yes, a real Arnold Schwarzenegger bodybuilder.
Uh-huh.
So, Ron calls me one Saturday. He says, "Hey, Rich is going to be, competing in this contest." And I'm going, "What? What's he competing in?" He goes, "Bodybuilding." And I'm going, "Well, where's it at?" And he's telling me, I don't know, a school or auditorium somewhere. So I go down there. Okay, picture Little Rich in a Speedo with a number on his pants. Flexing.
I have a
Not
visual now.
exaggerating.
I'll never be
He,
the same.
I mean, he looked good. I mean, he looked like a mini Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
and stuff. But the whole time I'm going, "Hey, brother, what the hell's this all about?" And there was a bunch of guys up there, all flexing. They all look, they were all bodybuilders. They all were toned. They all looked good and everything else. But I didn't expect to see them all in a speedo. Okay, I didn't need that, man. But first time I ever met Rich and seen Rich was at a Tri-State Auto Show.
Uh-huh.
At that time, Raul had his Corvette in the show. He had an older Corvette, really nice car, black with stripes on and stuff. Anyway, here's Little Rich over there, and he has a brick phone. And I'm going, God, I've only seen brick phones on TV and in movies and stuff, right? Well,
Right.
Little Rich is walking around with a brick phone, and I'm going, who the hell is that guy? So I see the Raul over there, and I'm going, what the hell? He goes, oh, this is Little Rich. And I'm going, what the hell's he doing with a brick phone? Well, he's probably talking to some girls. So, we're laughing at some going, okay. But one thing from that day on, I've always admired about Little Rich is he must get his hair cut every other week. Me, whenever I feel like
Me
or I
too.
have time, right?
Yeah.
But Little Rich, he's always dressed professional. I mean, I can't remember a time that Rich was ever dirty. But then, well, he doesn't do the stuff I do and a lot of people. But Rich has always been, to me, as far as a businessman, as far as a manager, whatever, you couldn't ask for a better man. I mean, Rich is not. He's he knows how to talk to people. He could sell ice to an Eskimo and they'd be happy as hell. But
Guaranteed.
Rich is one of a kind, man. I've never met a salesman or never met a person like Rich. And, he's a wonderful father. And Rich is just, to me, I'm proud to say he's my friend. I really, really am. He's a good man. I've known Rich for a long time, ups and downs and stuff in his life. But Rich always comes out, with a smile. And he's just that kind of guy. I mean, what more can I say? He's just pretty damn special to me, and I know to my brother. He's a good man, and he's the kind of guy you'd like to have working for you, for damn sure.
Well,
Okay?
he's definitely dedicated. I'll guarantee you that. When I was making the Black Tie Soul album,
Mhm.
I tried to call him a couple times. He goes, "Oh, I don't talk on the phone." He says, "I do so much just through emails and stuff like that." And that right there just told me that this man is a hustler. I mean, he is out there shaking trees and shaking babies' hands and doing whatever he's got to do. And he says, and I also work long hours down here at the factory and stuff. And I was like, wow, that's
He does,
that's
and he
amazing.
does. He really does, and he's kind of made the factory keep moving ahead, and that's what it's all about in business.
Yes,
A
it
lot
is.
of guys, you get a lot of managers, you get a lot of family members that they're kind of dead. They're like, well, and this is good as it's going to get. Not old Rich. He's out there pounding the doors and kicking ass and I mean, he's just one hell of a salesman. And you know, I'm glad that he's working for who he's working for, and they're both a hell of a team. I mean, when you
Yeah.
look at Raul and you look at Richie, that's a hell of a team right there. And they have been. They've been friends in the team for a long time. So you look at them and go, yeah, you guys are knocking it out of the ballpark, and that's what they do every day, man, which is great.
Yeah, guaranteed. I have to
No,
totally agree on that statement because I don't. I mean, just my own opinion, but I don't think they need each other. They both need each other to make everything work right.
Well, yeah, I remember times when Rich wasn't there. And it was like, well, things still moved on, don't get me wrong. And me as an outsider didn't really notice too much. But boy, when Rich came back, the world lit on fire, man. And they both knew, I think, what they both missed out on.
Right.
As far as, Earl needed Rich and Rich needed Earl. I
Yeah.
mean, they both, and the way they went, and they've been very, very successful. I don't know too many companies that are like that, but they work well together, and that's what it's all about. And continue to do what they do. But as far as rolling family, you can't beat that either. You get some people in there, they're hard workers, man, and you keep them,
Yeah.
and you grab them and go on from there. But it's just you look at different situations in different places, and you go, this ain't gonna make it. But that place, luckily, just will always make it. As long as those guys are still there. It goes from there. But, well, we're going to move on, Little Rich, and I'm going to go to Big Brian.
Big B, the Big B, largest screen printer in the world.
Not the largest, one of the kindest guys I've ever met. And not only that, he's good at what he does. A lot of people just kind of hit and miss. Not old Big Brian.
Uh-huh.
He does what he does, and he's good at it. But, no, first time I met Big Brian, we used to do a lot of catering and cooking beef at different things, from fine line to funerals to car shows, whatever. And I was helping out one time, and all I was doing was helping. I wasn't doing the cooking. Big Brian would cook. And I was watching Brian, and I'm going, God dang, man, he's eating more than we're serving. I got to watch this guy a little bit closer. We're laughing and stuff. And then Raw calls me and goes, Gordon Whamser passed away, and they want us to cater a funeral. I said, okay, that's fine. Said Big Brian, and you could go over there and put the meat on, and Big Brian will cook it, and then you can take it off and we'll serve it and stuff. Okay. So me and Big Brian, we have this big old cooker, right? So Big Brian's over there trying to light it. And he says, did you turn the gas on? And I said, yeah, I turned it on. And he goes, well, it won't light. So I realized I didn't turn on the tank. I just turned on the gas valve.
Uh-huh.
So I turned on the tank, and the gas valve was wide open, right? So Brian goes over the lights, it explodes.
Oh, my God.
Why I'm laughing is because he jumped back, and he goes, holy shit. He's going, God dang it, man. I said, don't worry about it, buddy. Your eyebrows and eyelashes will grow back. You'll be all right. Brian's looking at me like, are you shitting me? He's getting all upset. He's going, are you shitting me? And I says, no, you'll be okay. You'll be all right. I said, part of that hair in the front, you didn't need that anyway. You're going to be all right. All he said, he couldn't get away fast enough to go over to look in the truck mirror. And he goes, shit, I did lose my eyebrow. And that was one of the first times I really, hung around with Brian and knew him. And then, I knew his little Chevy coupe and stuff, and I hung around with him and worked on a little bit. And he says one year, he said, hey, let's go to Columbus, Ohio to the Street Rod Nationals. And I said, well, you want to take your car? Oh, yeah, let's take my coupe. Well, at that time, Brian was 400 pounds plus.
Right.
And I mean, he is a big boy. So it was hard for him even going to drive the car. So okay, let's back up here. Anyway, we get to Columbus, Ohio, Super 8 Motel, which is only a couple blocks from the fairgrounds. So we go up there, the counter, get our keys, get all checked in. We go up to the room. Well, toilet's plugged up. So I go downstairs, and there's, half a dozen people working behind the counter. It's a very nice big motel. I said to the gal, I said, hey, that's got like a plunger or something? And she goes, well, yeah, why? And I said, did you see that big guy that came in with me? I said, picture one of those big tubes of bologna. Everybody there is laughing there. I said, I think if I cut it up I can get it to go down.
Oh my God.
Okay, so every day we go down to the lobby and get some breakfast and stuff. I'm walking behind Brian and I'm holding my nose and pointing at his butt. And all those people are laughing that knew about Brian. So here comes Sunday morning. And I'm pointing at him, and laughing and stuff. And Brian goes, okay, you laugh at me every day. What the hell's so damn funny? So I walked around in front of him and I said, well, I told him you plugged up the toilet. There wasn't a person in there that wasn't laughing.
Oh my
And
God.
He chased me around the lobby. And we were laughing. So that's half of that trip. The other half was we go over to the fairgrounds. And of course, Brian, he didn't have a chair. He goes, well, you expect me to sit on it? And I says, well, let's go inside the exhibitors building and see what we can find. So we go into the exhibitors building, and there's a folding chair there. And I says, I don't think we can we ask somebody? And Brian goes, hell no. Grab that folding chair, put it in between you and me, and I'll walk out. Nobody will see the chair or you. We did. We walked out to the fairgrounds. We put it on the asphalt next to his car, and he was sitting in it. Well, he sat in it that day. Well, the next day, I'm walking around, and I come back, and it was really hot. That's last Saturday. So he's sitting there, and there's a little boy standing next to him, and he's just staring at Brian. Well, Brian was kind of dozed off and sitting there because, it was hot, and he was heavy. God dang, man. He weighed, like I say, 400 plus pounds. Well, this little boy's staring at him, and I said, hey, Brian. And Brian looks up. He looks over there at me. And this little kid's just staring at him. Brian goes, what do you want? And the kid goes, mister, your chair's sinking into the pavement. The chair's sunk to the rungs on the folding chair. Here's the best part,
my God.
Here's the best part. We get ready to leave, and I tried to pull the chair up. I couldn't pull it up. Me and Brian got a hold of the chair. We started to bend it. You couldn't pull it out of the pavement. It had sunk down that bad. So we're thinking to ourselves, we're leaving. Those guys are going to come around Monday to clean up the fairgrounds. There's going to be a chair. Nobody can get out of the pavement. We laughed about that for years.
Have to put a plan on it. Just say it was part of the fixture,
I can still remember the little kid goes, hey, mister, your chair's sinking into the pavement. Holy, yeah, it is.
So Raul's on here, and he says, ask him if he found the Band-Aid.
Oh, man. Okay. One year, me and my brother were going to Laughlin, and we always stopped off in Vegas, and we rode around our bikes, right? We'd go to restaurants and just rode around Fremont Street. We'd ride around different places on our bikes. Well, there was, they call a sign graveyard right down from the strip. So we went down, and you could see all these tarps had blown back, and you see all these old signs from Vegas.
Uh-huh.
So we both climb up on the walls because we're going to look in there, walk along the wall. Well, my brother slips and falls, and not exaggerating, tears his leg up. So, me, I'm going, well, hey, I got a Band-Aid. You'll be all right. Well, blood was soaking his sock.
Oh, man.
Well, you'll be okay. We'll put Band-Aid on. You'll be fine. I got an old Band-Aid in my wallet. We'll be okay, right? So we get to Laughlin about a day later, 2 days later, and his leg is throbbing because, all he did was, we wrapped it up. That was it.
Right.
We get to Laughlin, and we're in like an emergency room, right? And you could see the bone. I'm not kidding you. That's how bad it
damn.
was. But hey, I gave him a Band-Aid. What more can I do?
That's the only first aid equipment that was around at that time,
So he's in the emergency room, and he's back there, and there's guys that are wiped out on their bikes. There's guys, all kinds of road rash, and hands are messed up and stuff out there in the waiting room with me. So I holler back there and go, hey, is my buddy dead yet? If not, I want to go right.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
when he comes out, he's just shaking his head. And I said, "You gonna be okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, good thing I came in. It was getting infected and everything." I was, "Oh, come on, you big baby. Give you a Band-Aid, man. Come on, let's go." But that was just one of probably 100 stories about, hey, I can fix it. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine.
Yeah, don't worry. I got a Band-Aid in my pocket. What about this and a bucket of chicken? What's that about?
Oh, man. When Brian and I went to Nebraska to pick up, which Rawl owns now, the Buick. Okay?
Right, the green one.
Yep. We go out there and pick it up from this guy that Rawl and Brian had met at some car show. Anyway, we go out there and pick it up, and we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. And, back then, like I said, Brian's 400 pounds plus. And I'll tell you after we get the bucket of chicken, I'll tell you about the exhaust catching on fire because Brian was laying in the back of the Suburban and it caught the carpet on fire because he weighed down the back of the Suburban. Anyway, we're at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. And this gal goes, "Okay, what would you want?" Well, Brian goes, "Well, give me a bucket of chicken and a couple pies." And goes ahead, and Brian goes over and sits down, and I'm standing there. And she goes, I said, "Aren't you going to take my order?" And she goes, "Well, I thought that was for both of you." I said, "Nope. He's going to eat the whole bucket himself and both the pies." And she looked at me and looked at Brian. And I says, "Hang around long enough. You'll see it." And he did. He ate the whole bucket of chicken and the 2 pies. But, there was times like that. People are going, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "Nope. He'll eat it all." And then we stopped at the gas station one time, and he got a dozen donuts. Before we got to mine was hungry. Before we got to the goddamn counter, he'd already ate half of them.
Oh my God!
I mean, he was hungry, man. He
Needed some nourishment.
Keep your hands and feet away, man. But it was those memories and those times that I could have stayed home, made some money, maybe did this, did that, but it was saying, "Yeah, let's go."
Just think of the stories you wouldn't have had.
Not only the stories, the memories, and I mean that, Roller. It's the memories I have with my friends, and
right.
It's just you can't replace any of those. You really can't. But I'm going to move on to the Louisiana boys.
Before you go any farther, I need to pay a few bills right fast. Let me go ahead and do this, and then we'll be right back, and we'll finish up with the Louisiana boys, okay?
Sounds good, brother.
Hold on just a minute. This will give you a chance to call your girlfriend in prison and chew her out.
Call Cinnamon. Call Cinnamon and see if she got that bar still cleaned off.
All right. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
You're listening to Pedal to the Metal. Motors and music. Where the engines are loud and the music hits just as hard. Classic cars, hot rods, monster trucks, and the stories behind the builds. Mixed with the music that fuels the ride. From the show field to the arena floor, we bring you the horsepower and the center to match. Stick around, we got more coming your way. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hey, cool cats and chrome lovers! Get ready for horsepower, hot rods, and summer fun at the Night Owl Hot Rods Fiesta Fun Run! Cruise on out Saturday, July 11th, 2026, from 3 in the afternoon until 8 at night at Sheridan Community Park, 3325 West Oxford Avenue in Sheridan, Colorado. Check out classic rides, custom builds, amazing food trucks, and that sweet sound of engines rolling through a summer evening. Music all night long from Southern Colorado's legendary DJ Buzz Corona. And don't miss the live auction, featuring automotive memorabilia, collectibles, and surprises every car lover's gonna want. Bring your friends, bring the family, and enjoy one incredible night of cars, music, food, and fun. Stay in the loop. Follow Night Owl Hot Rods on Facebook. The Night Owl Hot Rods Fiesta stall. Castle Rock, get ready to fire up the horsepower. The 2026 Poor Boy Cruisers Car Show is rolling into ACC in Castle Rock on Saturday, October 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring out your ride and be part of an incredible day supporting the American Cancer Society, with 100% of the donations going to the cause. Entry fee donation is just $20 cash only, and registration is same day only. The show takes place at ACC Castle Rock, 4500 Limelight Avenue, Castle Rock, Colorado, 80109. Enjoy giveaways, a 50-50 raffle, silent auction, specialty trophies, and an awesome lineup of classic cars, customs, trucks, and hot rods. All makes and models are welcome. Don't miss the 2026 Poor Boy Cruisers Car Show in Castle Rock. Saturday, October 3rd, where chrome shines bright and horsepower helps make a difference.
When your equipment goes down, your whole day comes to a stop. That's where Garner Repair comes in. Owned and operated by Austin Garner, Garner Repair brings professional, reliable mobile equipment repair right to you. No hauling, no waiting, no wasted time. From engine repair to hydraulic systems to electrical diagnostics and full preventative maintenance, Garner Repair keeps your equipment running strong. Whether you're on a job site, a ranch, or out in the field, Austin shows up ready to get the job done right the first time. Fast response, honest work, dependable service you can trust.
Call 303-588-7940.
7940
That's 303-588.
7940 or email garnerrepair@gmail.com. Garner Repair, keeping your equipment moving so you can keep moving forward. And now, we return to pedal to the metal. Motors and music. With your host, Roller.
Hey guys, we're back. Welcome to the Pedal to the Metal Motors and Music Show right here. We are talking to a gentleman that is a legend in his own mind, Mr. Steve Becker. He's the man, the myth, and the legend, so he says anyway, or that's what he writes on the walls of all the stalls he goes in. That's right. That's what he does.
Women's restrooms only. Women's restrooms. Don't be messing around.
So let's talk about the Louisiana boys. I was fortunate enough last week to have some of them tune in, and they're back in here again tonight. So let's talk about them.
The Louisiana guys. Anyway, you got old Gary and Robert. We met them, Ron and I don't know, even Big Steve's met them, and Gerald. Anyway, we all met in Austin years and years ago. Ron and I met them, and, we kind of hung around together, went out and ate together, and got to be friends. I mean, really good friends. Well, here about 2 years ago, Gary calls me, and he says, hey, I understand Paul's birthday is going to be on the same day as the guest. And I said, yeah, it sure is. And he goes, could I come out and stay with you for a week? And I'm going, well, I don't know about a week, maybe a couple hours. I don't know if you have here for a week. And I said, sure, come on out. So Gary comes out and surprised Paul, and not exaggerating. We drove up just and stuff, but here's how it started out was, I pick up Gary at the airport, and he doesn't know what I'm going to be driving or whatever, and I didn't tell him. Well, I pulled up in my black truck and rolled down the window, and there's these people standing out front of the airport waiting for rides and stuff. And I said, hey, buddy, are you going to that anal beat convention? Gary looked at me, shook his head, looked down at the ground, grabbed his bag and got in the truck. Like, Gary's the kind of guy. Gary's the kind of guy that I could tell him, hey, Gary, I got a new girlfriend. Her name's Cinnamon, and she's a stripper. And Gary would come back with, Becker, you don't have a girlfriend. And I know you don't have a stripper girlfriend. But I do believe her name, if you ever get one, will be Cinnamon. Okay? That's the kind of guy Gary is. You know, you can say something to Gary, and he looks at me like the principal from high school. He goes, or he comes back, if I say something, he comes back with a line like, and Roll will tell you, he'll come back with something that I'm just in awe. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? But no, Gary and Robert is real Louisiana. What I mean by that is he goes, hey, Becker, I see you got another hot rod you just building, and that thing is really cool, man. He said, Becker, I want to tell you something right now. I got this Willis Coupe. That thing is fast, man. You know, I did all this motor work and all this stuff, and he goes on and on and on. But I'll tell you, Robert makes me die laughing every time I talk to him. And Gary just stands over there with a smile on his face. Well, it's more of a grin. It's like, Becker, don't say nothing. Don't say a damn word.
Keep your mouth shut.
These guys, you know, like I said, we've known them for years, and they're just good old Louisiana boys. But when Gary stayed with me, it was like, you have somebody stay with you for a week or a few days. I'm not kidding you. You not only get to know them, but you get to where, you know, you share stuff about family, you share stuff about life, and on and on and on. But there wasn't a dull moment or a dull day. We went somewhere every day. We just went and had fun. We drove up I think it was Coop, wasn't it, Gary? Yeah, I took the Coop. We went around Foothills Highway. Then we went up to Estes Park. We went all over, and we took the Alloway car down to Fiesta Run, and he got to drive it. And it's just, you know, it was kind of a time I said, I don't need to work. I don't have to worry about it. Put these people off, and I'm going to goddamn hang out with Gary for a few days. And that's what we did. We went down and celebrated with Roland, Monty, and Rhodey and Connie, and oh God, it was Big Brian, there's a bunch of people. We went out and ate and just had a great time. But the look on Roll's face when he seen Gary, it was just priceless. It was like, what? What are you doing here? And then I was telling him, I said, oh, geez, we've been planning this for a long time, you know. But it was the whole thing. I told Gary, I said, he'll never forget it, neither will you. And I especially won't forget it. We just had one great time. But I said, you know, I thanked him so many times for just coming out. And, you know, we just talk until late at night and God dang, you know, just talk about everything from life to, and Gary and I grew up probably, I don't know, Gary could tell you more, I can't remember, probably 30 miles from each other. I was in northern Iowa and he was in Minnesota. So I told him, yeah, I probably dated one of your girlfriends. Of course, Gary, yeah, you probably did. Not really, but you never dated anybody. That's the way he is. He's like, no, Becky, you never, no, you were never good enough for any girl I ever went out with. But it was just, it's the camaraderie we have, but it's the friendship that I have made with Robert and Gary that we will always have. And it's just, that's what it's all about, man, is, you know, you meet some guys and hey, how you doing? You know, just like this year, we met some guys and they look at what you got and they talk about it for a little bit and away they go. But no, this year, you know, there's a guys from Sweden we always kind of talk to and hang out with them for a little bit. And this year I met some guys from Australia and they gave me some stickers and stuff and took some pictures in the car and just a whole different deal. But no, you know, you got guys like Gerald and Big Steve. We all go and we travel and we have a lot of fun. And that's what we did this year. You know, we just all four went out and had a great time. And don't get me wrong, Saturday started raining and kind of ruined the parade, but we had a great Thursday and Friday and a great trip there and a great trip back. And what more can you ask for, man? I mean, you know, These are all memories we're making, Roller. That's all we're doing is making memories. Yeah. But we're making some damn good ones. Right. No, I'm sorry I didn't go to the Caribbean islands with my girlfriend, but she's locked up in prison, so we don't have to worry about that shit,
you dodged a bullet on that one, literally. because she was having a hit out on you there. You know what I mean?
That's right.
She said you were going to be buried in the coconut palms there in the Caribbean islands, and you know.
Well, hey, what happens,
That's right.
Like you say, what stays in Vegas stays in the state pen.
Right.
What can you say, man?
No,
There was this priest, which, was always traveled with NSRA, and he gave the Sunday, service and stuff, at events. Well, I'm at the SEMA show, and he's standing there, and he goes, well, how you been? And I said, I've been good, man. And he says, well, what you been doing? I says, well, I've been going to those congregational visits with my girlfriend and visit. And he looks at me and he goes, have a clue what you said or what you're even saying. So just move along, okay? He must have, he said he must have told everybody that came by. That's Richard Becker thinks he goes for congregational visits. He doesn't know. He doesn't even know what the word means. I said, yeah, probably not, but I'm still going, okay? It's the thing, taking time to stop, talk to people, have a laugh, and move on. And that's, I don't know, it's just who I am, and that's who I'll be until I guess the day my girlfriend gets out of prison and kills me. Then things are kind of be looking down.
I got a bulletproof vest I'm going to give you, man, when I see you on Saturday, so you'll be able to wear it, and when she gets out, you don't have to worry about it.
She's pretty good at shanking. So
there you go. She can shank it. She can shank it, brother, for sure. Jerry Kranz is on here, and he said, "Hey Becker, what's up, man?" And then Scott Walker's on here, and he wanted to know about the trip to Austin. Trip.
Oh, yeah, Scott. Well, it was one of the first trips I've ever taken. That when I came back to El Chapo, there was a pair of panties in the front seat. Oh, wait a minute, tied around the steering wheel. So I'm going, oh, that was good. And then Scott and I are downtown, right? In El Chapo, the restaurant. We're driving along, and there's this gal walking along with this leopard kind of dress. One shoe on, one shoe off, kind of walking along in front of us. Well, she stops right in front of the roadster, pulls her dress up. And I'm going, did you see that, Scott? And he goes, yeah, I think we've got a little bit of a hair problem. Okay, then we go down to the other end of the strip there in Austin, and there's this guy with a van with a ladder on top, and he has a tube top on with a mini skirt and a beard.
Oh God!
I told Scott, I think we've met our share of a good time already.
Oh my God! Only in Austin can you get that.
Exactly. But I'm going to back up. When we first rolled in, I made reservations at this hotel where a lot of guys were staying. Well, they were full. And I think they gave away our rooms for more money, is what I was told later. So they're going to send us to the Baymont. No, it sounds like, oh, this is a really nice place. Well, we get down to the Baymont, and here is Big Steve and Scott and Big Roll. Here's these junkies in the parking lot, and there's Buckwheat's sister with a comb in her hair.
Oh.
You like me?
Okay.
Scott looks at me, and Gary, and of course Gary Roberts, the Louisiana boys, are following us, and they're going, what the hell are you getting us into, Becker? So thankfully my big brother goes, hey, we're not staying here. Well, hell no, we ain't staying there. Not exaggerating. Buckwheat's sister, she'd have been, all over me the whole time, so I couldn't stay there. But there was junkies in the parking lot. I mean, this place was for a Baymont was a junk. I mean, it was terrible. So, of course, my big brother, he gets rooms at the Quality Inn across where we used to stay by the airport, so we go over there. But we never stopped talking about Buckwheat's sister the whole trip, man, because she looked right at me and she goes, you like what you see? Holy shit. I know, like what I see, I'm going, Scott, she's all yours, buddy.
I bequeath her to you.
Boys. The Louisiana boys are going, only you, Becker, can pick them like this. We're out of here. This didn't happen. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, yeah.
Scott said thank you very much. He said it was insane.
It was one crazy thing after another.
Oh
I mean,
my
it was
god.
just like, not exaggerating. When I came back and those Spanish were in their car, I'm going, okay, which one of you guys did it? And there was this guy next door, and he goes, no, there was this gal over here. And he goes, which one? The one you were talking to earlier? I'm going, okay. Well, all right. Hey, things are looking up for me, man.
Yeah. I think the gods are smiling on me.
But it was that whole trip was just nothing but, I mean, one weird thing after another. And not exaggerating, we never laughed so damn hard, man. It was just crazy. It was one of those kind of things you're going, let's hope this never happens in another 100 years, because I don't think I can handle it, man. But another guy I really want to talk about is Jerry Potts.
Jerry Potts, what a great guy, man! He was one of my first one. Well, yeah, he was the first one on the Night Owls program.
I met Jerry years ago. He was you'd see him engraving it. He'd be having like a booth at like shows, different things, right? Well, he worked down at Denver Specialty in the back. I'd go to Denver Specialty, get tires, performance parts, whatever from Tom Albano. Well, I can remember going down there, and I was building 76 Chevy pickup. Chop channeled it, shortened a box a foot, blown injected, all this shit, right? So I took the valve covers and the knockoffs to Jerry and did them. And I'm talking to Albano, and I says, hey, how long was Jerry in prison? And Albano starts laughing. He goes, why would you say that? And I says, all the tattoos. I said, being an Iowa farm boy, everybody I ever knew that had a lot of tattoos like that had been out, been in prison. That's where they got all the tattoos. And he goes, oh no, Jerry was never in prison. He just likes tattoos. That was an inside joke with me and Jerry up to this day. We laughed and laughed about that, but I could still remember Tom Albano going, what? And I'm going, well, I just assumed he'd been in prison, man. He goes, oh, hello, man. But Jerry and I still laugh about that. But God, they talk about one of the most talented guys I have ever met. And not only does a great job, he did stuff for me. He made a sign once, like one of my bikes, which has like a flaming devil on it with an eye. Uh-huh. And he made a metal sign, engraved it all. And I swear, you can walk by that sign to this day and watch that eye move. I mean, Jerry he's one out of a million. And in my eyes, he's probably one of the best. But we've been friends for a long time. We traveled one time to Austin, Laughlin together and back. And Jerry's just a principal guy. And, back in the day, yeah, he drank, but he got his stuff together. But Jerry's just one of those guys that comes along in your life once in a lifetime. And, you get to know him. But when I first met him, when I first seen him, I was pretty intimidated by Jerry. I didn't get out. And Jerry's been in prison, man. I don't want to be his little boy. Yeah. I'm out of here, man. But, we laughed and we still talk about it to this day. But nah, Jerry's one of my good friends, and he always will be. But he's just one of the great guys that I've met throughout my life.
I had the pleasure of meeting him at Rhodey's party. And we got to sit down, and it was just the next night before, after he done the show, and it was just I just told him, I said, it was such a pleasure having you on there, man. You're so interesting to talk to and stuff, and we just kind of just hit it off, man, and that's the way it's been so far with everybody. And while I still have this on my mind, I want to tell you that on the 18th we're going to be at Rhodey's house. And we are going to do we're going to do a live Facebook Live right there with the Merc in the back, and George is going to be there lettering in the Merc and stuff, and we're going to do a live. So Raul wants to get some people together, and maybe we can all go down there and hang out and do that live while we do kind of tribute to Rhodey and stuff, and we'll get George on there too.
What time are you gonna do this?
I need to get with Rhodey and iron out all the details first, and I'll do that.
do whatever, bring down the roadster or something, bring down a car, and
Yeah,
we'll hang
sure.
out. Sure.
That would be cool. So I'll figure it all out, and I'll give everybody plenty of notice and stuff, and or I can have Raul help me and stuff. But now I'm starting to get a a pretty good collection of phone numbers and stuff like that. So I'll call you late at night and breathe real heavy and stuff.
Well, yeah, that kind of sounds like some of the guys I know, but the women, I like them to do it. I prefer them to do it than the guys, but
Oh well.
whatever turns the crank. Speaking of Rhodey, we'll hit on him for a little bit. I've known Rhodey for over 40-some years.
Wow.
I met Rhodey way back when I was on the Colorados in Longmont, and Rhodey came. Well, it was the East Denver boys that came. I'm talking about Rich Barton, Rhodey, Guy Dorschner, Daryl Mayab. All these guys had their deliveries in here, deliveries, and they all came together. And I never, it was like, they'd look at my car and go, oh, and it's like, whatever. I'm having fun, and you guys are older guys, and on. Didn't think too much of it. And then we were at the Tri-State, and that's kind of the first time I ever really talked to Rhodey about, their deliveries and panels, and deliveries on their cars and where. Then he started telling me different places they went, and then that's when I kind of got, these guys are for real. These guys drive those cars. That's pretty cool. So we kind of got to know each other. We weren't friends or anything. We knew each other. We'd see each other around, kind of nod. That's why you talk. That's why you don't. Well, then a few years later, Rhodey and the guys from East Denver boys started putting on the Mad Mallard Stomp. I mean, to me, this was like the event of the year. I mean, you went down to Elizabeth to a big park, and it was not exaggerating. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And back then, you were young. I mean, I'm talking about late 20s. And boy, I mean, it was one hoot. I mean, they had band, they had a lot of booze, they had a good time. And there would be guys come from all over to go to the Mad Mallard Stomps, where it just grew out of control. But I can remember guys driving into the ditch and driving out, and you're going, holy shit.
Oh, my God.
Let's get out of here, guys.
Yeah.
But, I've known Rhodey and Connie for a long time, but in the last few years, we've got real close, real good friends, and, helped Rhodey a little bit on the work and stuff, and going back down after the run and work on it and get it ready so we can go on our trip. But, no, talk about good people. Connie and Rhodey are just good people.
Yes,
but,
both of them are.
They're just good people, and like I say, I've known them for a long, long time, man. I've known different people he's hung with, he didn't hang with, and different things like that. But, as far as a friend, me and him were good friends, man. I mean, and a lot of it I have to contribute to my brother, Raul. He kind of, when we went to Kansas, Salina here a few years ago, that's when we all you sit down and eat with them, sit down and talk. And don't get me wrong, Raul's had different things in his house, and Rhodey and Connie were there. And Rhodey and I talked about just family and cars and different things, and got to know each other. But I contribute all that friendship through Raul, because before I was kind of, Rhodey's Rhodey. But, after I've got to know him and he's got to know me, we're good friends. I mean, Rhodey calls a couple times a week, and we just talk about things from cars to what's going on. Wow. And it's just, because he had questioned me right before the meeting the other night. He says, they want me to come to the meeting. I says, yeah, you got to be there. He goes, what, should I bring my jacket? I says, no, you don't need to bring your jacket, but just be at the meeting. He goes, well, you're not going to say nothing, right? I says, no, I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know nothing. And I just kind of gave him the thing of, I don't know what you're getting at. But then when he seen the artwork, he looked at me and he goes, damn, man. And I says, no. I said, well deserved. And, another guy, Greg Kuntz and his wife, Renee, well deserved that they're on the artwork, because that's a beautiful car, and they are wonderful people. I mean, I think the world of Greg and Renee both are just good, hard-working, down to the salt people. They're good family people, and really, I can only dream to be half as good as them because they are really nice people to everybody. They got a lot of friends, man. And how you get a lot of friends is being a good person, and they
Yeah.
really, really are. But Rhodey and Connie, I did stuff for Rhodey and different things, but Rhodey invites you into his house and with open arms and just one hell of a nice guy. And Connie couldn't ask for more, sweetheart. I mean, she's a car person. And
Yeah.
I told him that. I said, there's a lot of women after so many years, especially as long as you guys been married. I don't want to go no more. I don't want to go with you. I want to do my own thing, or I don't want to go with those same old guys. I hear it from different wives and stuff, the guys that I know, and they're just tired of going. But not Connie. She's right there, man, and she's got a smile and ready to go. And that's, he's a lucky man to have that in his life, and I mean that. It
Yeah.
really is.
They come down to my show in Pueblo. I did my first show this year,
He
and
told me about. He told me about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they. I was talking when I was doing the awards and stuff. I was talking about, well, we might have to find a bigger place and stuff, And after the awards were all over with, Connie and Rhodey were standing there, and Rhodey goes, "Hey," he says, "don't get big." He said, "Don't get big." He said, "This car show was so much fun." He says, "Because everybody talked to everybody, everybody got along." He said, "Bigger's not better." And Connie's like, "Yeah, bigger is not better at all." And she went on and gave me her explanation and stuff of why I should keep it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really took that to heart. I really did. Between what Raul and everybody was saying, I was just like, you know what? From here on out, Steel City Car Show is going to be at my dad's original building, man. As long as I'm able to do it, that's where we're going to have it. And it's because of people like that, you know, really I listen to and I respect, and I think that's one of the things that I really liked about with Rhodey and Connie both is they both took the time to tell me, hey, no man, we had a good time here tonight. Don't change it.
Well, I'll tell you from my experience being around Rhodey, working with him, doing different things with him, traveling with him. You can't. There's not a more honest guy out there, and gives you an honest opinion every time you've ever asked him, or he'll tell you just how it ought to be. But that's the Rhodey I've known for
Right,
40 years. I mean, Rhodey's kind of guy that he tells it like it is. He ain't gonna
right,
bullshit you. He's Even though the tie rod end came off and you were dragging along the road, you still made it halfway. Okay.
right.
It's
Truth.
just
Yeah,
experiences. That's all. It's all experiences, but it's the achievement in life that we've all, not all of us, big percentage of my friends have succeeded in and have experienced, brother. I mean, just to experience working on a car to me anymore is just, I've did most of my life, and I'm lucky I still can, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and enjoying what I got. But to be able to drive them, oh man, there's not a better feeling in the whole world, man.
right.
Just like taking Scott down there in that movie car, going down in his right hand drive, and he goes, "You better start focusing because we're going to I'm going to get hit on my side." And I said, "Well, as long as it hits you, I'm not worried."
I'm fine. I'm really good. Don't worry about me a bit.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
Over here. When we pull up next to some girls, I can talk right to them and they can see me. They don't have to look across the car. I'm right
Exactly.
here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's those kind of things that you got to laugh. But then another big part that has really stepped up, and I've got to know over the last just few years, is Big Steve and Amy. I mean, first time I met Big Steve here just a few years ago, I was like, "Who's this big guy?"
Yeah, he's a big dude, ain't he?
I said, "Son of a bitch, man."
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have a pretty heavy duty toilet to handle Big Steve, man.
That's
You ain't,
right.
not no little bitty one like I got, a
Right.
little kid's toilet. You don't have to have a little kid's toilet. You got to have a big one, man.
Yeah.
But when he was sharing with me, he says, "Yeah, Amy has to have surgery for a trigger finger." And I says, "What? But try to shoot you, or what the hell's going on, man? And he goes, you don't know whatever, But see, I could tell from the very first time I talked to Steve, he went to college,
Yes.
and then he's just, he's got that kind of education.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, shoot, man, I went to 4 colleges, and he gets that shit ass look like, Well, yeah, I did. I went to CU, UNC, CSU, and Regis. Girls' dorms Friday, Saturday night, man. Trying to see this place. It's like, just get away from me. But, we traveled together this time to Austin. And Steve drove the whole time. And I'll tell you, we shared a lot about life and growing up and just, different things that you never learn, Roller, about people until you take a road trip with them.
That's the
and
truth.
You get to really find that person. I used to tell people, I said, well, each time I've ever taken a girl on a road trip, I usually leave her at one of those rest stops, but that's a whole other story.
Well, I just found out that he was the center in the Rose Bowl, and Troy Aikman was the quarterback.
Yes, he was.
I mean, I didn't even know that about him, And but
he's got pictures in his house with some of that stuff, and it's really interesting. But you look at him, and I love Big Steve like a brother too. But you look at him, and he looks the same as he did to me, in my eyes, when he was in college. I mean, he isn't old. He doesn't have the gray hair. He, maybe a few, but he doesn't have that old look in his face. He still looks like a kid. And he always, to me, ever since I've known him, he kind of looks like a kid, a big kid, and you're going, but I'll tell you, when it comes to technical things, and as far as anything from photography all the way down to computers, and as far as, I can remember the year we went to Pueblo, and he's seen one of those, the thing that he makes the trophies out of, I can't think. Anyway, has the wire fishing line going in. Anyway, we were watching those in Pueblo downtown, and he goes, I'm going to get one. Boy, he got one, and man, he has created some stuff that just blows me away.
Yeah.
But, he's very smart. You got to be smart to do that. Me, shoot, I'd probably burn my fingers or who knows what the hell break.
Right.
Got it going.
Yeah, he showed me all the trophies he made this year, and then he told me the story of how he does it. I was just like, damn, and how long it took to make them. And you're right, you gotta know the computer to make that thing work. Those 3D, that's right, Gary, 3D printers.
Yeah, exactly, 3D printers. But you got I'm only got a 3rd grade education, so you don't see me with no 3D printer help. But I got kicked out of typing class the second day. That was mandatory when I was in high school to take typing. Well, yes, I jammed all the keys. They kicked my ass right out. They go, you're not suitable for typing. I go, well, that's worked out just like I planned, okay?
Becker, we're so much the same. I had the same not the same class, but I took typing myself, and I would sneak in there. It was my typing class was right after lunch, and I would sneak in there when the teacher wasn't in there, and I would undo all the balls on the electric typewriters, and then just let them sit there. And when the teacher went and turned the power on, all the balls shut up in the air, And she just knew it was me every time, and she's like, Richards, to the principal's office, and it's just like, good, because I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to learn to type. I'm not going to need to type. And here I am today on these keyboards on this computer going,
exactly.
One finger,
but, Back 50 years ago, I'm not kidding you, I had a teacher, biology teacher, that I painted his daughter's Volkswagen years after I graduated, right? And he goes, you know what, Becker? We used to go down to the teacher's lounge and go, what did that Becker kid do today? And he goes, how many kids climbed out the window on a 2nd-story building over to the next class, waved at everybody, and climbed back and went back into this classroom? And he goes, how many kids would literally come in late, from lunch or whatever, and make up a story like, oh man, I'm really sorry I'm late, but it was a terrible wreck downtown, and I pulled this guy out of a burning car. And everybody in the office is going, "Oh wow, that's really brave of you. That's really great." Well, I get to school the next day, and the principal calls me in the office and goes, "There was no wreck. There was no fire." And I'm going, "Really? Are you sure?" Because I was there. Oh shit! You know,
Got caught.
my biology teacher says, he says, "You know what? You had 101 things going on in your mind, and the last thing was school." He
Yeah.
goes, you were going to go work on your car tonight. You're going to go probably go racing this weekend. You're going to go drink some beer. You're going to pick up
Yeah.
some girls.
Yeah.
You know, you had all these things going, and you did not. All you did was to disrupt the class. I
Yeah.
said, well, at least I was good at something.
Well, that's right. I got an A in that, didn't I? Yeah.
But I tell everybody, if I hadn't had 3 hours of auto mechanics and 1 hour of English, I'd still be in high school, man.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you're so right.
it's experiences we've had throughout our lives, but not exaggerating. My senior year, I didn't have to go until I was noon. I had 3 hours auto mechanics, and then my last hour was English. Well, a lot of times I just hung out in auto mechanics.
Sure.
I didn't even go. But the teacher and the school pass him no matter what. Get him out of here.
It's time for
And
him to go.
that was the bottom line. It's like, give him a D minus. Let's get him out of here. And it was because I'll be honest with you, when I graduated, I really could not read. I could read all the words, but I could not comprehend.
Yeah.
I mean, I could read fine. I could tell you all the words, and I can read to you all day long. But I could not tell you what I just read because my mind was thinking about something else.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, most of the time it was that girl behind me,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
the car I had waiting that I was going to go drive around in. It was, and a lot of, I think, our generation was kind of like that. It was like, well, why should I be here? I'm not going to college.
Exactly.
Well, girls' dorms, but that's a whole
Right.
other
Exactly
story.
right. Yeah.
We look at our lives and go, a lot of that to me was kind of a waste. But on the other hand, I graduated and my dad was kind of proud of me. And he's, what do you think I got for graduation?
Probably a set of tools.
No. What did you get? And then I'll tell you what I got.
When I graduated,
Yep. What'd you get?
let's see here. When I graduated, I got a trip to Las Vegas for 10 days.
Jesus, man, I wish I would have been you. God dang it. Okay, here's what I got, and I still have it.
What's that?
I got a Samsonite suitcase, and that ain't no shit.
Oh,
But
really?
me,
It's time for you
thinking
to go.
thinking outside the box, I'm going, there's got to be money in there or something really cool. I remember opening it up, and my old man looked at it, and he goes, there ain't nothing in there. But you know what's going in there is your clothes. You need to you need to move out. Well, then 6 months later, my dad bought a ranch in Missouri, and away they went. So it was like, well, I'm going to have to move out and get an apartment and $85, and it'll be okay. I'm gonna be no, I'll be working at the movie theaters, and I'll be going out to the garage. We got rented outside of town, and life's going to be good. Well, I'll tell you, there was times $85 when rent came. You kind of had to scrape some shit together, but
Yeah.
you made it.
Yeah.
But it was times like that in your life you're going, well, Dad, can I just stay here with a new family?
Yeah.
They'll like me.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Can I just hang out with the light fixtures and stuff and just say I'm part of the house or something,
Hey, I'll sleep in the top bunk.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'll be okay. But it's like, no, you need to find a place to live.
Boy, dude, I'm telling you what, man, our lives were so much alike. We were so much alike in school. It's scary, man. I mean, that's exactly the way I was with when I graduated. Of course, I graduated and got all that done, but I went into mechanic school at the college and was doing really good. And I was in the transmissions class, and I was learning how to do transmissions and stuff.
Yeah.
And they called me and said that I needed to go to the administration building. And I was like, well, what's going on? He goes, I don't know, just go down there. And so I had to go to the administration building, and they said, well, we see that you didn't taken English, and I said, no, I speak English very well. I don't need to take English, you know. They said, oh no, you have to take an English class to be in this auto mechanic school. And I said, well, today's the day that I part, and I do not belong to your school anymore. I said, I'm not coming. I said, I'm doing really well in this class. I hate to give it up, but I'm done with English. I'm not going to do anything else. And I didn't. I left. The teacher was
Wow.
kind of upset, you know. He's like, you're one of my better students. You started learning about the transmissions and doing good at it. And I said, well, I'm sorry. It's just time for me to go. I gotta go on. My dad's got a car lot. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and I hung there for a long time, and then I became an auctioneer and went in the monster truck. But life's funny how the paths you take. So yeah,
Well, it's choices. Let's face it. You could have sucked it up and said, okay, I'll take that English class, and
right,
probably failed it. Who knows? But I tell people it's just the choices we make in our lives.
yeah,
When you talk about, I can remember out of our senior class, auto mechanics, myself and this Ron Warrenberg were up for, what am I trying to say? To be able to go, be able to go on to what back in the day it was called Laramie Diesel Automotive
yes,
School.
I remember it.
Okay, so we were both up for a scholarship, right?
Right.
Well, Ron lived out in Frederick and little house, and parents, his dad worked in the coal mine, real shitty jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom works at IBM, my dad works at the city, and my parents made too much money for me to get that scholarship, or I could have gone. Can you believe that one?
Wow, that's crazy.
But it was like, well, Ron went on. He worked for Cummins of Denver for 38 years. He built $1 million motors, which went on generators in mines, went on generators in cities. I mean, these motors he built, he said you could go, you could, your whole body could go down into the cylinder holes.
Wow.
And they were transported on flatbed semis. That's how big they were. And then once they got them there, he would go and make sure that everything was right. But he told me, he says, we would run them for 500 hours, shut them down, make sure everything was right. Because you got $1 million motor. Now it's probably 2 million. I don't know. But he said, you got something like that and you send it to the factory, you send it to wherever it's going, right? It has to be 110%. But he went on to be very successful with diesels. But what got me was the times we shared over the last 50 years. He goes, I don't really know anything about cars because I've always worked on diesels and always did that stuff. I've got diesel trucks and on and on. And I thought it was kind of funny. We went to the Mile High Nationals once, and he goes, I was talking to some guys that had a race car that I knew, and he goes, man, I don't know anything about that stuff. And I looked at him like, what do you mean? He goes, no, I work on diesels. I have all my life. That's my life. But I always wondered if I would have got that scholarship, if I would have became a diesel mechanic, or how life would have been.
Yeah.
But it was just like, heck, I really didn't want to go anyway because I had 3 things in my senior annual that I was going to do in my life: have a really fast car, drink a lot of beer, and pick up chicks. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, man.
What was that? What was that one you didn't do?
But it was, back then, life was so much simpler. Life was
It
so much
was. God,
fun.
it was.
God dang, man. We go up and down Main Street all night.
Yeah.
And then we'd sit up here at this shopping center. And then the cops would go by and go, hey, Becker, get your ass home. It's midnight. Or I'll talk to your old man Monday morning. Man, I was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I was headed home.
Yes.
I remember one time I went up there with my pickup, and they really didn't know the pickup. So I'm hanging around, and then this guy was talking about, I'm going to race this Camaro. And I said, well, I got to go get my car. So I came back with the car, and the cop comes up, and he goes, where you been all night? And I says, well, I've been up here. And he goes, no, you weren't. So he tells my old man it was lying to him. So, of course, there's another smack up the side of the head. But it was the whole camaraderie. We would sit up there and tell stories for hours, just sitting around in our cars talking about guys coming into town, racing guys, and you know, I was very fortunate at that time in my life. I had a 6.7 Mustang Fastback with 390 with 428 heads, Doug Thurley wraparound headers, Anson Sprints on the back, 10-inch wide G GT polyglass on the back and 8-inch on the front. Had it jacked up all the way around, and it was fast. And that 850 dual pumper on it, man, that was a fast car, one of the fastest in town. Well, this guy had just built this Camaro 427. So on Sunday afternoon, like American Graffiti, we went out to Dog Pound Road, and there was probably, not exaggerating, at least 100 people out there. The whole road for half a mile was lined up with cars because we were going to race.
Wow.
So we go out to Dog Pound Road, and I remember Steve Lubin, he had some nice cars. He was going to be the flag guy. So Warren pulls up next to me with this rumpity rump, god dang Camaro, and I had my Mustang. So we took off from a dead, and I just barely beat him. So he goes, okay, we're going to go from a roll. And it was just like American Graffiti. I can remember all along that whole quarter mile, people were lined up. And it was just, to this day, it still runs chills up my mind. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about it just like it was yesterday. And we ran from a roll, and second gear, he missed. I blew right past him, and we were gone. So I beat him both times. Well, when we get done, he takes off. Okay, he's gone. Well, I come back, grin on my face, and of course, you got a few girls there, and tell them, yeah, man, one of these days I'm going to be at Gone Garlets and all this bullshit, right? But it was an experience in my life I will never forget. And not exaggerating, good Lord, look at me, whatever, I could have got killed that day. We both could have got killed that
guaranteed.
day.
But we didn't think of that. We didn't think of it back then like that.
We didn't think of nothing like that.
Yeah.
You raced, cars in your way, and you finished, and you came back, and
live for the
not
moment.
Exaggerating. You pop the hood open, and everybody's seen that car, that engine you could eat off of, and man, you were really somebody that day.
That's the
but
truth.
Then, you're driving around that evening, and you're going, well, this will probably never happen again. But it did happen. I got to experience it. I got to be part of the history of town. I mean, you had a cool car. You raced one of the fastest guys in town, and you beat him, and man, you're really somebody. And then here comes along this guy, this Backaway's guy, with a 68 Ford. Not a Ford. He had a Dodge Coronet with a 440 wedge.
Oh.
The last time you ever heard of a 440 wedge.
Yeah.
2 fours.
Oh, man.
2 fours. Okay. Same kind of deal, but there wasn't as many people. This was kind of in the evening. There was probably 20 people out there. So we're going to race. He blew my freaking doors off. And why? Because I couldn't get the traction. That Dart, Coronet, from the minute it left, it never spun a tire. It just launched, and it was gone.
Wow.
And then probably it's been 6 years ago, I seen in the paper where he had overdosed right here in town.
Oh, man.
Now, isn't that wild? Yeah,
gosh, damn it.
Bob Backaway's OD'd, and I'm going, are you kidding me? This was a guy that beat me. This was a guy I knew back in the 70s.
Wow.
But it's the people and the adventures that I've had in my life that people go, you ought to write a book. And I said, well, yeah, I probably ought to, but you know what? I don't have time for that shit. I'm out here having too much fun. Yeah. And it's just, that kind of stuff. It's just like, I was thinking today about old Paul Hinkle, which is worked with me last year for the first year up top of the hill. And he goes, God, you know a lot of people. And I said, yeah, I know a lot of people because I've been around a long time in this sport. I just, people know you from different cars, different things you went to. And not exaggerating, my boys grew up. That's all we did. We went to car shows every freaking weekend. And ate a lot of hot dogs and drank a lot of soda pop. That was it, man. So, that's... when you grow up, when my boys grew up that way, and that was my life, you know a lot of people. A lot of people know you. And you do what you do, and you have fun with the people you want to have fun with. And that's what I'm going to do till the day I'm gone. And, you just have a lot of good friends,
Right.
Another guy, too, that's in the club that's traveled with me, and a great guy is Gerald Trujillo. I mean, you can't ask for a better guy. I mean, to me, he's the all-time family man. I've never seen two granddaughters love their grandpa as much as they love Gerald. I
Oh,
mean, God dang it, man. I envy him to the point, and he's a wonderful husband, a wonderful father to his two kids. I mean, God, he's got him working with the business, and he's just an overall genuine great guy. And he's got the, in my eyes, the most beautiful Camaro I've ever seen. And it's a knockout Camaro. But when I first met Gerald, it's been years ago, he kept talking about this Camaro, and I just go, "Oh, you full of shit. You know, no Camaro. God dang, don't go give me that shit." And then here we are at the SEMA show, and I seen it, and I walked over to him and I says, "You weren't shitting me. This is a real deal." I'm really proud of you, man. But I'll tell you, I never thought he would ever finish it. But boy, it came out, like I say, one of the nicest Camaros I've ever seen.
wow. What
And
year is it?
it's 2000 something. You know, I'm not real up on the newer Camaros, but
Sure.
Gerald will tell you it's probably 220. Maybe it's a little older, but it's, you know, if you see it, you'll never forget it. It was on the shirt last year.
Wow.
Just one beautiful, beautiful car. And, you know, Gerald and I, you know, we'll be marking off the field tomorrow, and Scott hopefully comes and get a few more guys. But, you know, there's so many guys in the club that I've traveled with and we've had fun with it. I can consider my friend, and they always will be. And they needed anything, I'd be there, and I'm quite sure they do the same for me. And it's just, that's what it's about with the
Right.
Night Owls, as far as I'm concerned. Just a bunch of guys that they're more than brothers.
Well,
They're,
that's
they're, they're, they're a real friend. And, you know, family's family. You can't pick your family
no, you
or your
can't.
friends. You can pick them, and God dang, they're going to be there. And it's just, I've been very fortunate to have the friends I got and go on from there. And the only other one I wanted to talk about, and, you know, she's real special. And first time I met her, it was one of those deals where I'm going, who the hell is this? It's Dusty Jean. But when I seen her in action with those kids, I wanted to be part of that. And this was a few years ago. So I donated a few little toys and different things last year. And she says, "Oh, they're okay. They're okay." And I said, "Well, you know," she goes, "it's better than nothing, you know, able to give them stuff." And Big Brian got them Hot Wheels and on and on. And I donated a few Hot Wheels, and no big deal. But this year she goes, "You know, I'll do something really special." And I says, "Well, you know, I give out the stuffed animals almost everywhere we go, and gave out a few, you know, at the Tri-State Auto Show. And I had a big bear that, oh, this one little kid was in a wheelchair. And man, I'll tell you, Brian's lady friend, Sharon, gave it to that little kid, and that made my day. It was like, God dang, man, you know, just to see the smile and to give him some. Dusty and I were talking, and I said to Dusty, I says, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I've told him about the stuffed animals." I said, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 100 stuffed bears." And she goes, "Really?" I said, "Yep. I've got 8 bags of stuffed bears right here in the living room." And give them to Dusty, and she can hand them out. And hopefully that's enough there that every kid that comes can get a stuffed bear.
How cool.
You know, take home something from the car show.
Exactly.
And give them something that, not exaggerating, whether they put it in their bedroom or throw it down in their toys or whatever. They got something that where they can always remember where they got that stuffed bear. It was from that car we went to. And to me, that makes, you know, that makes it. But Dusty's a special lady. I'll tell you, all the way around, to work with those kids and to do what she does. I really admire her. But we talked one time, and she was talking about, you know, how old she was and when, you know, she was born. And I'm going, gee, that's the same year I graduated. I said, "You could be a prom date daughter. I'm pretty sure you are." So I told her, I said, "You know, don't tell your mom, but I'm probably your father from that prom date." From then on, Dusty and I, we got this thing about, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" I said, "Well, hey, how you doing? You know, sorry I missed your birthday again, but I had other things to do." But, you know, we have so many wonderful people in the club. And, you know, another guy that his wife is my brother's brother-in-law. He's just and his, Marty's sister. They're just wonderful people, and they work really, really hard. And then you got Tony. I mean, I've never met a young man that is more outgoing and smart. I've never met a smarter guy than Tony. I mean, you can show Tony what to do, and he'll figure it out, and he does it. I mean, some of the paint work he does, and hard working. I mean, we have some people in there that I can't say enough about, and I'm proud to say that they're in the club and they're working with us, and it's just to me, it makes it what it is, and it makes me want to work a little harder, contribute a little more, do a little more, and make it what it is, so that we can all reap the benefits of just really everybody having a good time, man. And that's, from the minute you get down there to set up to the minute you hand out the last air freshener, it's just all worth every minute of that. And, I just thank Wallace, my brother, that I'm part of this. And all the guys in the Night Owls and the women that have really, made it what it is today. Not only made it what it is, but we're all so close, and we're all it's good friends. We've had some stuff in the last year that it's kind of bothers me about a couple or two, but I said, well, life goes on. I can testify to that, but it's just, you never know what's going on in different people's lives, but a lot of these people I really miss. I wish they were still around. I wish things were the same, but nothing will ever be the same, Ruler. Doesn't matter,
No,
what you
that's the
do.
truth. That is the truth, man. And I'm so I'm so glad that, and this is my first year, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
but I feel that I've been a part of it forever,
yeah.
and I don't understand. I mean, I've never had that feeling about anything like that, but I have been so well accepted by everybody that Raul has introduced me to, and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, I feel myself that I have to just go over and beyond everything just to make sure that I don't mess up and make sure that it's done right. That's why, these shows and stuff like that, and the music that I've made for everybody and different things, I mean, that's coming from the heart, man. And it's just because of the love that I have for everybody that I've met so far. It's amazing.
I'll tell you, you'll come year after year because you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of times you go, I don't want to go there. Well, I've been to shows and I've been treated like, well, we don't have any place to park you. It's a nice car, but we're not going to park you over there, and on and on. And of course, they ask the line. I says, well, see that house over there? And they go, yeah. And they said, well, my buddy lives there. I'm just going to go and see him. Fuck you. I'm going over to park wherever the hell I was.
That's exactly it. Exactly. Yeah,
I don't
I
give
hear
a
you,
shit.
man.
I don't listen to authority very well.
No.
Ask my kindergarten principal. He'll let you know from there on, okay?
Yeah.
And you've never been a guy that follows any kind of instructions whatsoever.
Right.
But it's just, like I said, once you go, you'll want to come back year after year. And that's what I hear from so many people that are looking forward to it that I've talked to here in just the last week when I was down Pueblo here a couple of weeks ago. I could not believe people, well, we'll see you at the restaurant. I said, yeah, for sure. And then people go, well, you'll be there, won't you? And I said, well, I don't know, man. My girlfriend gets out of prison. I'm done with car shows, man.
We got a lot of catching up to do.
Hey, you're going to hear the screams at the Fiesta run, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And Raul's on here and he says, we need a Timmy song. Well, you're so right, bud. And I've been thinking about that all night. And so what I'll need to do, Steve, is I'll need to get some information from you and stuff, and I got to come up with a song for you, man. And
Well,
that's
the only information you need from me is what my old man used to say. He says, you know what? And he would sit me down in the chair. You know what? You're not the dumbest kid out there. You know that, don't you? And I'd look at him and go, yeah, Dad. And he goes, but you are next in line. Don't you let me down, okay? Hey, thanks, Dad.
Yeah,
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Exactly.
I know I'm going to be a winner someday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a winner. You just wait and see.
Thank God, thank goodness for our dads, right?
Not like thank goodness for the dads. It was like, there was times it's like, my old man would just shake his head. He goes,
Yeah.
you know what? You're either gonna, and used when I had my cars, especially when I was in high school. Well, start off, I lost my license for a month when right after school started in September for just a ticket, right? Well, then in between, this was in November. Well, I got the ticket in October. In between November, December, and January, I lost my license for 3 months for racing on Main Street when I was a senior.
Oh man.
So, yeah, so you're going to go, well, Dad, how am I going to get to work? Dad, how am I going to get to school? My old man grabbed me by the ear, pulled me out to the garage, and pointed at my sister's pink bicycle. There's what you're riding, boy.
That's your new driver.
That's your new driver. So I would ride the bike. I worked at the movie theaters downtown. I'd ride them down the alley. I'd ride my sister's bike down the alley and go to the theater and work. And then, I'd ride it back home. And if I seen anybody, I says, well, I'm just test driving this bike. Yeah, sure. For
Yeah.
3 months.
For 3 months. It's a long test drive. I just really, I'm stuck between two models and I don't know which one it is,
But in those 3 months, I pulled the motor out of my 67 Mustang, took it down to a guy I knew in town, and he put 30 over TRW pistons. This is in a 390, poured it out, put 428 heads on it, and put a TRW cam 515 lift 302 duration. I mean, it was whoa. Anyway, got all this stuff done. I had it in, and I had it running right before I got my license back. And I can remember, I put in a Maori distributor, 850 dual pumper. I was saving all my money to get that motor. So it was really, really fast. And I was a senior in high school.
Uh-huh.
So by January, it's still kind of crummy out and snow and stuff. So I didn't drive it too much. I had this little Austin Healey that my old man put a straight six in it in a 3-speed. So I would drive it to school when it was snowing and stuff. So I drove it around a little bit. And then, man, by spring, that car, there wasn't an evening I wasn't out driving around and, just I had what I wanted. But I worked for every penny I put in that car, I worked for it.
Right.
And learned how to work on it, put it together, and away we went, man. But it was to me, a lot of this stuff was a dream. And, it came true.
Yeah.
What can I say?
And you respected it more than just being handed to you,
You appreciated the hell out of it. You
Right.
really did.
Right.
Guarantee.
Well, Steve, I tell you what, man, I have enjoyed sitting down and talking to you, and I look forward to many more years of being able to sit down and talk to you and
For sure.
stuff like that. And for all the new people that are in here listening tonight, I only ask one thing of you guys, man, is just be as good as this man is in life, and I know you all are because you're all family, and that's just amazing. But I ask you guys if you just follow and like the show. If you liked it, tell your friends about me. I just want this show to get bigger and bigger, and to where everybody can enjoy these stories from everybody, because we do stories like this. We do stories about monster truck drivers, you name it. We want to tell the story about. That's what I like best about my shows. All my shows have been that way. We want to know the behind the scenes thing, what the driver really does, and his part time, and his when he's off and not driving, and the same with you guys. So if you like the show tonight, please follow me and like me, and tell your friends about it, man, because we're on every Wednesday and every Sunday, starting at 6 o'clock. And man, if you got a story to tell, I want you guys on the show, man. And if you don't know how to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of Raul, or you can get a hold of Becker. He knows how to get a hold of me, and everybody. Just make sure that you hook up and tell us your story, because we want to hear it, man. For sure.
Well, I'll tell you something, Roller. It was a real pleasure. I can't wait to meet you in person. I feel like we've already met years ago.
Right.
And it's just kind of the whole camaraderie of just being able to talk and share stories and what you have in common. But
Yeah.
just remember, and everybody out there, there's a lot of women want me dead. Screw them. Most of them I did.
Dude, I'm not afraid to tell you this. I love you, bro. I mean that. I love you with all my heart, and I look forward to hearing many more stories. So, you have a fantastic night tonight, and if you want to stick around, we're going to play a couple more songs. We got a song for the Night Owls we're going to play, and then we're going to do Roadie's lines and stuff like that. But remember the 18th, okay? And I'll get you some more information on that, and we'll get that going.
I'm looking at my phone now. I've had over 18 people calling.
Wow, that's awesome.
Can you believe that shit? And it's just, I told a lot of people about it, but you know what? It's, this is an experience, but it's a good one. And I feel honored that I was able to, not only be on the show, but just to talk to you, man. And, we'll be around many a time, and we'll talk and about the good old days in school, and not exaggerating. I'll bring up, Crazy Mary and a few of the girls I used to date, and, just kind of go on from there. Okay.
You got it, my brother. You got it. You be safe, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Adios, brother.
Adios. Well, guys, you know what, man? I knew. He wanted to know if he was going for ice cream tonight. But you guys, this such a great group. These Night Owls are. I'm just telling you right now. If you got nothing to do on Saturday, you need to show up to this place over here on Sheridan, and I'm going to get you the address here right now. It's 3325 West Oxford Avenue. It's in Sheridan, Colorado. It's the Sheridan Community Park. The show starts at 3 o'clock and runs till about 8 p.m. The gates open at 11 for parking the cars. And it's a family event. That's what I'm trying to get across to you guys. It's a family-friendly event. And if you have a sister or a brother that don't like cars, or your wife that don't like cars, bring her, and I'll guarantee you when she leaves, and I've never been to this show, I'm telling you right now, they're going to like it. They are going to go away with such a good feeling for what these people do. It's just amazing. So come on out and see us. Come out and hang out with us. Pedal to the Metal is going to be there. We're going to have a tent. We're going to have a podcast live where you can sit down and talk about your car for a minute. And we want you guys to just have a good time. So come on out, bring some money, because we want you to spend it a little bit at the auction. They got some beautiful auction items, and I think there's close to 30 of them, if there's not 30. And there might be more now. But they got everything from skateboards. They got everything from skateboards to ice boxes to you name it. There's just all kinds of cool stuff. So make sure you guys make to attend this great event, and we'll talk to you there. And you know what, man? I can't say any more better than my Night Owl brothers. I love you all, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. And the guys down in Louisiana and out in California and wherever else you're listening from, man, welcome to the Pedal to the Metal family. You guys are all lug nuts, and man, I consider you guys friends. So just remember, every Wednesday, every Sunday, starting at 6 o'clock, we're on the air, and we'll have a great time. My cousin Debbie, I thank you. Carter, I thank you. Raul, everybody on here, man, tonight. Big Texas Rich, thank you very much. And we're going to play a couple songs, and then we're going to get out of here for the night, because I got to get ready, work on my truck and get everything loaded up, and I got to get ready for Saturday. So this song here is a song I wrote. It's called Night Owls Fiesta Fun Run. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music.
The weekend's finally here. Been counting down the days to my favorite Setting sun, come here, buzz, Corona spinning all the tunes, keeping everybody rocking underneath the moon. Come see George and Roddy laying those lines down so true, bringing every hot rod dream to life for me and you. I worked all year to get my car ready for this show. The only one to go to is a night owl fiesta fun run. Yeah. Rows of deuces, tri-fives, custom sitting low, muscle cars and pickups, we're putting on the greatest show. Food trucks serving up your favorites, come and grab a bite to eat, then bid on the live auction items. You might score a one-of-a-kind treat. Barbecue is cooking, laughter fills the summer air, kids are running everywhere without a single care. Friends you haven't seen since last year's all around, every handshake says welcome back to the coolest show in town. It's a night out fiesta fun run, where the chrome shines brighter than the setting sun. Come here, buzz, Corona spinning all the tunes, keeping everybody rocking underneath the moon. Come see George and Rhodey laying those lines down so true, bringing every hot rock dream to life for me and you. I've worked all year to get my car ready for this show. The only one to go to is a night owl fiesta fun run. Yeah. When the daylight fades away, the headlights start to glow, spotlights hit that polished chrome, and still the whole dang show. The night owls watching over every friend and every ride, making memories that'll last a lifetime with every cruise tonight. It's the night owl fiesta fun run, Colorado's cruising party after day is done. Live music, vendors, prizes, friends from miles around. There's not another car show with a better feeling found. Buzzers rocking all the hits, the whole park singing along. George and Rhodey keep the good times rolling strong. Food trucks, live auction, chrome and friends beneath the stars. Everybody smiling while admiring all the cars. I've worked all year to get my car ready for this show. Now everybody knows the only one to go to, the only place to be, the night owl fiesta fun run.
There you go, man. The Night Owls Fiesta Fun Run. Robert, you have a great night. Thank you very much for tuning in, man. I appreciate it so much. This, Raul, don't worry about it. I still got your cigarettes. You ain't got to worry about it. And to all my other Night Owl brothers out there, hit me up because I got some cigarettes for you, man, for Saturday, so we can walk around and act like we're cool, see? So this next song is called Patina Comes With Age. Just listen to the words, man, and it means so much. It's so true. I'll talk to you in a minute here. This is Roller, Pedal to the Metal Motors right here.
Folks admire the shiny ones, all polished up and bright, chrome reflecting every little beam of morning light. but I stopped for faded paint and steel that stood the test. 'Cause every scratch and weathered mark says I've survived the rest. Time can leave a wrinkle on a fender or a face, but neither one can ever hide a lifetime filled with grace. Every mile and every scar tell stories worth their weight. You learn the finest things in life. Patina comes with age. Patina comes with age. It isn't something new. It's earned beneath the summer sun and mornings falling dew. You can't buy a lifetime, you can't fake yesterday. The things that last forever, patina comes with age. I watched old couples walking hand in hand downtown, still smiling at each other while the world keeps spinning round. Like an old farm truck that's faithful every single day, love grows a little richer. Patina comes with age. That old pickup's never been the fastest down the road, but it's carried dreams and family through every heavy load. Just like these hands beside me, they're stronger every day. Some things are built to last. Patina comes with age. Don't cover up the memories with another coat of paint. The beauty's in the journey, not perfection that it ain't. The dents, the laughs, the tears we've cried, they're badges worn with pride. It's a memory, and the best things in this old world come with age. Surfboards loaded, sunshine bright, that old C10's ready for a Saturday night. There's a little beach rewrite, the production of a last song, and the lyrics please. Bro, everybody knows where the cool kids go, not a fancy sports car or a big limousine, just a Chevy pickup, surfer's dream. She's got chrome that shines and a small block sound, best looking truck rolling all over town. Longboards hanging off the back tailgate, when the waves are calling you can't be late. Surf wax and Chevy steel, four wheels chasing that ocean feel. Saltwater breeze and a summer sky, C10 cruising with the tide rolling high. Surf wax and Chevy steel, nothing in the world feels this real. From the beach to the boulevard, everybody knows that Chevy and the ocean are stealing the show. White wall ties and a candy pane glow, AM radio playing those songs we know. Girls on the pier start waving us in, they all wanna ride in that old C10. Beach towel seats and sandy feet, California dreaming down every street. That V8 rhythm has a rock and roll soul, a little bit of horsepower, a little wave patrol. Surf wax that Chevy and the ocean are stealing the show. Wax up the board, fire up the right beat. Everybody down by the ocean side, hear that guitar and the engine roar. We'll be young forever on that sandy shore. So when the sunset falls over the sea, there's only one place I wanna be. Behind the wheel, chasing one more thrill, with my surf wax and Chevy steel.
There you go. Surf Wax and Chevy Steel right here on Pedal to the Metal. Well, guys, this is the last song of the evening, man. I appreciate each and every one of you, as always. I love you guys so much, man. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for making me laugh. I know that you guys were laughing with Steve and stuff like that. But y'all, the conversations you're having in here, that's what I was doing when I was, while these songs are playing. I'm reading all the old posts that you guys put in there tonight and stuff, and you're all making me laugh. So thank you very much, man. This is just a big family, and it's all your show. Remember, this is you guys' show. It's not mine. This is yours. You let me know what you want to hear. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll try my best to make it happen for you. This last song right here, ladies and gentlemen, is called Baggies and Longboards. This is part of our new surfing album, I guess we call it. We haven't even really come up with a name for it yet. So, but anyway, this is a creation that my buddy Texas Rich and I are coming up with. So, this here is called Baggies and Longboards. Look for us to go live on Saturday from the big show, and we'll be back on Sunday with Dave Rife and Mason Rife, the monster truck men that I've known for a long time. And we'll have another great show right here on Pedal to the Metal, Motors and Music. Peace out, be safe, love your family, and we'll talk to you soon.
Ocean tide, trying to hang ten with my toes on the nose, wiping out laughing wherever I go. Had my baggies on and my feet in the sand, learning every move from the older surf gang. Radio playing those harmony sounds, beach party music shaking the whole town. I got my baggies and my longboard, riding waves from shore to shore. Got my buddies beside me, always coming back for more. Underneath the moon, beach party rocking to our favorite tunes. Life was perfect way back when, with my baggies, my longboard and my C10. That old Chevy waited by the ocean blue, surfboards hanging out the back like surfers do. Small block rumbling down the coastal road, windows rolled down everywhere we go. Girls on the beach and bonfires bright, dancing barefoot through those summer nights. Same old songs playing over again, just me, my board, my girl and my friends. I got my baggies and my longboard, riding waves from shore to shore. Got my buddies beside me, always coming back for more. Late night dancing underneath the moon, beach party rocking to our favorite tunes. Life was perfect way back when, with my baggies, my longboard and my C10. time. Take me back to that summertime, where the good times never had to end. With my baggage, my longboard, and my C10.
All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Pedal to the Metal. I want to send out a huge thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting the show. I also want to thank all of our amazing sponsors. You're the ones that help keep the wheels turning, and we truly appreciate you. Be sure to join us every Wednesday and Sunday. We kick things off with music at 6 p.m. each night, and the full show starts at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Until next time, keep the pedal down, heads high, and we'll see you at the next show.